is still around, and haven't seen him in a while. But anyway, that's the connection here of Friday Night Bulldogs. And so, Philip, if you're listening now, we appreciate you logging on. And if not, you can when you get here, tell us hello, and we'll give you a shout out. We're going to try to do some. Obviously bring you the action as we always do, but we also want you to either comment on our Facebook page or on the live stream YouTube channel of where you're watching from and how many are watching with you, as we know that a lot of you are watching at home with family and friends. We see every week, we see pictures of Friday Night Bulldogs up on the big screen at home. And so if you wouldn't mind doing that, we'll have a little fun throughout the game. And of course, hopefully, John, having fun on the field as well.
Yeah, I'd like to test my math skills tonight and see if I can add and see how many viewers we actually have, because it does show us how many people are signed in and watching the game. But that doesn't really tell us how many actual people you have in your house watching it. So if we can get watch parties of 5, 6, 8, 10, 12,
Absolutely.
15, 20, whatever, I'll add that up and try to give you a number. I mean, looks like we probably have, I don't know, 300 fans over there on the visitor side, ballpark.
All right, Tyree Parker, we see him. Mr. Parker is a math teacher for us at the middle school, and he's got 5 people watching with him from Muskogee, Oklahoma. So, Gene, appreciate you logging on. Gene, about a 91 grad from Wagner. Tyree was also a Wagner grad. Rocky, appreciate you logging on. We've seen you the last several weeks, and thank you for that compliment there as we present the colors here at Crimson Storm Stadium. We appreciate the marching band of Ada, who presented the national anthem. Hopefully you could hear that at home. And we're looking as the comments start rolling in. Marla is voting for her grandson, Trace Thornton. She's been with us from Nebraska. Gene's got 6 here at his house. So, John, you're going to have to take off your shoes because you're going to have to count a lot here, okay?
I got a calculator on my phone.
Nathan and Debbie Kaufman. Debbie Kaufman, I believe, first grade teacher at Wagner for years and years. Appreciate them logging on. Keith Bennett, I'm actually a neighbor to your mom, Miss Alice Bennett, an English teacher, I believe.
Teacher, yes, back in my day.
Yep, English teacher back in the 80s that I believe my oldest brother had, and
I remember Miss Bennett.
She is actually just lives up the street from me. So Keith, we appreciate you and Miss Alice logging on tonight. Anita Humphreys Gentry watching from Sapulpa. Got 2 of them at the house.
Nice.
So Thank you, Anita. And let's see. No fishing tonight for Thomas Compton. He's just all focused in on the Dogs tonight.
Football.
Karen Gobin, we appreciate the comment for the support for Friday Night Bulldogs. Kevin Orange picked up, I haven't dropped your long sleeve shirt off yet at your sister-in-law's house, but I will. Yeah, I appreciate you logging on. James Clayton, yeah, he's watching from Wagner. He's about a 80, James, I think it's 87, 88, somewhere around there. And or unless it's James Clayton Sr., that could be too. Christy Vunicic, 5, watching from her house. Tristan Catcher, he's kind of the one that got it all. Him and his class got it all started back in 2005 when Dale Condit first got here. Tristan, part of that team that went all the way to the state finals and lost to Clinton at OU Memorial Stadium.
Correct.
So you see the captains taking the field. We're actually on the home side, so we are facing the Wagner fans. From left to right, you got number 1, Whit Edwards, number 3, Matson Swanson. I can't see the third.
Should be number 4, Kale Charbonneau.
Yep. And then number 26, Anthony Coleman. It's good to see Anthony back last week, John, from a collarbone back
injury.
In week 4, week 5, somewhere around there.
And only takes 8 pounds of pressure, I think, to break a collarbone. So not much.
So Cortez, a friend of mine, Cortez, he's watching tonight. He's having his second Thanksgiving dinner.
Nice.
Probably today, not counting what he ate yesterday, if I know Cortez. So Danielle Lynn also watching from Nebraska. So, all right, James, class of 89. I knew I was pretty close. I had someone asked me a couple weeks ago how in the world I memorized everybody's graduation date. Well, I kind of cheat a little bit because I have some older cousins that anywhere from about the range of 1982 to about now. I've been teaching at Wagner since 1999, so that allows me to, from anybody 1999 on, but even back to about 82, maybe 80. And I won't give all my cousins' ages away, but my mom was a Cooper, so many of you, if you're watching from home, you probably remember a lot of the Cooper cousins going through. Butch, Mike, Sherry, Lisa, Cindy. I can't name them all. They just, I've got, I think 35 first cousins, John. So it's a big family.
That's big.
We are at 244 viewers already right now. Make sure that you let everyone know that we are here. Things are going well. We have not started yet on the kickoff. It looks like the scoreboard says 2 minutes and 45 seconds until then. So Greg Brody, classmate of mine, logging on, watching from Taylor's Ferry, America.
I know where that is.
So Megan Murphy watching from Wagner with 2. Brian Conway watching from Wagner. David Johnson, either that is David Senior or Junior. Junior would be a former student of mine back in the early 2000s. And we appreciate everyone logging on as we'll check on our Facebook page now as we've been reading all of those from our live stream on the YouTube.
I love our run-out sign. It says, the best in the game, you know the name. With a big W there. Dubtown. I'm looking at Gary Haddock's hat. I love it. The Dub. Dubware.
Daryl Collins watching from Wagner. There's 2 of us. I believe Daryl's about an 87, 88 grad, somewhere around there, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Richard Swearingen watching from Broken Arrow. 4 with him. He's 4 with him. Connie, she's watching all the way from New Hampshire, and now she offered this up, John, as the Ada Cougars take the field. She offered this up. She's a 1972 grad of Wagner. Okay. I wasn't going to out you there, Connie, but you outed yourself on that one.
Yeah, I know names from like the 74 to 78 era. Just know really names because I was just a kid, but my brothers and sisters, brothers and sister, graduated from Wagner in that time.
So Brian Robbins, Dina Deal, Jason Ashlock, Janet Watkins, Tink Maxey, appreciate you logging on. Her son and I graduated together, Mike. And actually, her daughter, Michelle, is a former student of mine. I'm really aging myself here. Not that you're old, Michelle, just that I am, all right? So, and Mary Fleming, Miss Fleming, again, a former educator here in Wagner. Got 5 of us. Says she's got 5 of you.
All right.
So we'll have to keep up with all this as we've got multiple posts going on, and we've got Mark Jones watching in Grove at the lake. So Mark is a classmate of mine. Appreciate him logging on. I believe a 3-time state wrestling champion back in the early 90s.
Grappler.
And appreciate you logging on there. If I hadn't got to you, keep rolling through, and we will eventually get to you. All right. Kate Spriggs, Teddy Sue. Teddy Sue's a classmate of mine. Kate, a former student of mine, watching from family. And, okay, Louise Maxey. Tink Maxey is a 1976 graduate. So, Tink, that's from Louise. That's not me. So, you jump on her. Melissa and Shane Griffin, appreciate you logging on. Tyrone Wells, class 09. Chad Mann watching from Porham, Oklahoma. So, we are set to kick off. The Bulldogs will receive to start this game. Cougars will kick off from the 40, and we are going...
We'll be heading north.
East. Okay, we're heading north.
I'm pretty sure we're north and south on this field. All football fields should be built north and south. For those of you who are architects.
Here we go. Friday Night Bulldogs bringing it to you free, live, and worldwide. Semifinal action. Here's a short hopper, and that is picked up by number 6, Atkins, and he is dropped at the 30-yard line. John, right now we're already at 354 viewers, and from all the comments rolling in, that's 2 and 3.
I've got 102.
Okay, that's 2 and 3 per view. So I was thinking about this earlier this week that I think we're going to hit 1,000.
I'm going to say it. I love that. 1K.
Here we go.
We'll say 1K. Bulldogs. Here we go.
10 from the 30. This is the opening drive of semifinal action, Wagner versus Ada. Charbonneau from the shotgun. He's going to take it himself, trying to pick his way through.
Nothing there.
The Cougar defense is there in the backfield. And, John, that's a very rare sight for the Wagner offense.
Right, yeah, for Cale Charbonneau not to get any positive yardage there, actually a loss of 1, as we just did the old quarterback draw up to the left side, and Ada provided a stone wall there. And lots of enthusiasm for their defense. Their fans are right in front of us with more cowbell.
So it'll be a 2nd and 12 now from the 28 after that 2-yard loss. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Trenton Edward in the backfield with him. Charbonneau looking way downfield to the right. Edwards
nice catch. Nice.
Whit Edwards with outstretched arms makes the catch into Cougar territory. And, John, that was a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah, it was 2nd long, 2nd and 11. We chose to go deep with that play call. And as we've seen time and time before, just throw the ball out down the sideline, let Whit Edwards get underneath it, catch it for first down, Bulldogs.
That is a 40-yard gain, I believe. 50-yard gain, that is. Well, let me do my math right quick. 22 and another 12. How about 34? Goodness gracious. Having trouble already. Here's a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Matson Swatson on the jet sweep.
Get a flag.
And he's going to get to about the 35-yard line. And I believe I already saw a preliminary indication, John, of holding.
I assume so. Usually from the referee in the backfield, if he's throwing it, he sees a hold pretty quick.
Oh, double motion. Okay. So the good news of that, John, is it's only a 5-yard penalty
it's
instead
only
of 10.
5 yards instead of 10.
Already now over 400, now 423 people right now watching. That's not counting the ones that are dropping in and out. So we're very excited about this, and we'll try to keep up with the chat room and our Facebook page, but right now we're concentrating on the action.
We're going to focus on what's in front of us, and it says the Bulldogs take their first possession.
It'll be 1st and 15 now for the Bulldogs from the Cougar 43-yard line. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Here's Trenton Edwards. No, inside. Oh, what a grab by number 1, Whit Edwards, as he gets
nice
positive yardage after the catch. That was a great fake by Charbonneau.
Yeah, I bid on it. He got me. And a great catch by Whit Edwards as he went up with that 6'6" frame and snatched that one out of the air.
Yeah.
And it was able to get about another 5 yards after the catch.
The defender had great position.
Great coverage. He's just taller. Ball was in the right place, right time. Good job, number 4.
Charbonneau to Edwards to the 26-yard line for another first down, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here's Charbonneau over the right side, and that's the second time now that Charbonneau has been stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, same quarterback draw. He faked the play action, run pass option, and nothing there once again. They've seen that all season if they've been scouting film on Wagner.
I'll give a quick shout out to Kathy Nichols because she's my neighbor. I don't want her to egg my house or anything, but Roy and Kathy Nichols, longtime residents of Wagner, had a funeral home, still in the funeral business. Appreciate them logging on Friday Night Bulldogs tonight. Charbonneau from the shotgun after a 1-yard loss on the previous play. Charbonneau looking to his right, and that's play.
Dead.
Yeah, we're going to have another motion call on Wagner. John, you got to think probably a little bit of pregame jitters there.
Yeah, you're nervous before a state semifinal game. You're playing on a neutral site, and you're playing against one of the ranked teams here in Class 4A. Traditionally, we've had really good powerhouse football programs, and we just got to settle down, play football, do what got us here.
Yes,
is the most important thing. It's just we make big plays. We score a lot of points, so we just got to settle down.
About a 2nd and 16 for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau from the shotgun. Looking downfield, now wheels it over to Swanson, but he, I would say wisely, lets it drop, as that would have been 2 Cougars getting ready to tackle him, and it would have been a tackle for loss.
Yeah, we're looking at 10 or 12-yard loss unless he's able to do some magic and shake and bake. Maybe a spin. Little dandruff move, head and shoulders.
And I like that.
Yeah, they call it the dandruff move. Little head and shoulders.
Although I would have liked for him to have had a little bit more urgency after it went off his hands, because it was very close to being a lateral.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
How about a 3rd and 16 from the Cougar 32? Charbonneau from the shotgun, looking to his right. Now down the middle, looking for Shield Knight makes a catch.
Go.
And he's got 3 Cougars hanging on for dear life as he gets inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. And Charbonneau hasn't had much success running the ball, but he's been on the mark.
He's on point, yes. That was a beautiful ball, just right down the middle. Right down the gut, as we say, and Shield Knight with a great catch. Number 12, Mr. Dependability.
Yes, 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the Cougar 4-yard line. Opening drive.
High snap.
High snap. Charbonneau
get down on it.
Wisely falls onto it, although takes a significant loss, but the most important thing, able to maintain possession.
Yeah, we didn't lose possession there. Then that ball goes over your head. Usually quarterback, you just got to fall on it and take your loss. So it's unfortunate for us that we get that momentum on the big play and then take 10 steps backwards here. But let's regroup.
That was a loss of 13 on the play, back to the 17. It is 2nd and goal now for the Bulldogs. Trenton Edward in the background with Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking for Edwards. Edwards not able to come up with the ball as the defender was right there, John.
Yeah, hit him in the hands. Should be shaken up on the play as he fell down.
Had to come back a little bit, and the Cougars able to get a hand up at the last second. So the ball falls incomplete. We're over 500 viewers now. So get the word out as the Bulldogs are looking at a 3rd and goal from the 17. Charbonneau and Edward in the background. 4 wide receivers. Got trips to the bottom of your screen.
Charbonneau
looking down right. He's looking for Swanson, and he cannot come up with the grab. And check that. Is that Goodland? I believe that was
number 11.
That is Trace Thornton.
Trace Thornton
had trips to the left and decided to go with the one-on-one at the top of our viewer screen, and Thornton was defended well. And so the Bulldogs bring out the field goal unit. This is Logan Bloxham, the senior kicker, and this will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Swanson with the hold. Good snap. The hold. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left. Wide left.
So big win, Jeremy, there for the Cougar defense as we were knocking on the door. We got down to about the 3 or 4 yard line, I think. We were inside the 5. And then a penalty. No, the fumble snap, I'm sorry. Yeah, the snap over his head took us back. So unable to come up with any points there for the Bulldogs.
At 7:51 in this first quarter, the Cougars will line up with their first opportunity of the ball game. Morgan Asiya tuning back in from Japan, so appreciate him logging on as the comments keep coming in. Craig and Becky Minton had their boys come through and come through Wagner and logged on. Riley Frost watching the game, looks like with Josh Boswell. And so we appreciate you guys and all of our Friday Night Bulldog fans. Here's a 1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 20, and a little bit of confusion for the Cougars to start out.
They took a timeout right at the first play. So evidently they weren't in the correct formation, or somebody didn't know what the play call was. So they're going to take a fast timeout on their first play before they even snap the ball.
Alicia and Canton Olson in Northeast Arkansas tonight, and watching Canton just left the middle school. He's gone on to be a high schooler. Alicia works with us at the middle school, so we appreciate them logging on as the comments keep coming in. The Muhlenwags watching from home, as again, a lot of people were not able to make the trip because of family and things coming in on Thanksgiving weekend. So a lot of faces that would be here if they could have many more faces at home that they're entertaining.
Yeah, you have commitments and families first. But we're thankful that you're watching Friday Night Bulldogs with us.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Cougars after that timeout. Quarterback from the shotgun from the 20. Rolling to his left, now looking way downfield.
That's all yours.
And that ball falls incomplete as the Bulldogs, I believe that was Atkins, all over that.
Yeah, number 6 on the coverage. Ball was thrown a little too much to the outside. The receiver was more down the middle of the field on the post route, and he was throwing more of a streak.
Well, a shout out for Lexi and Jackson at the Muhlenweg home. Lexi and Jackson, I believe, are both students at Teague Elementary. So, hey, Jackson and Lexi. About a 2nd and 10 for the Cougars after that incomplete pass. Here's that wide receiver screen.
Come on, yes.
And the Bulldogs are all over that. Keaton Cole, I believe Alex Shield Knight, looked like Whit Edwards in on that, and great defensive play.
Yes, we read that really well as they tried to set up that screen to the short side of the field. And we came in there with 3 or 4 Bulldogs making the stop. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Cougars of Ada.
3rd and 10 from the 20. Cougars with the hard count, trying to get a free 5 yards. Now look to the sidelines for a possible audible.
And he's going to run out of time.
Oh, and he does get it in the nick of time. He's going way downfield, and that is well covered. Oh, and we got a flag to come in. John, I'm not real sure if the play was even snapped. The 25-second clock looked to be 0.
I saw 0 on the clock. That's all I can say.
But looks like we're going to have a pass interference call. And whichever way you look at it, it's going to go against Wagner as we look at that was a 3rd and 10 play, 15-yard. We'll wait for the official signal. unless he's already given it. There it is. Pass interference against the Bulldogs. 15-yard penalty will put it at the 35. John, I thought it was pretty dang good coverage.
It's good coverage. I think sometimes if you're not turning around and making a play on the ball, they will call it.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 35-yard line. Here's the first handoff of the game, and the Bulldogs are in the backfield. Josh Davis, as soon as they get up from the pile, Bryce Steele, Alex Shield Knight, DJ Pierce, they were all in the backfield, and for about a half-yard loss.
And the Bulldog defense is looking good so far. We just got to quit the mental mistakes on the penalties. We've had a run of penalties. I haven't kept track of the yardage that we've been penalized per game, but it's been too many.
2nd and 10 for the Cougars as they look to the sidelines, John, just about every play.
Yeah, they got a neon board over there. It's red and green, Christmas colors.
Here's a second handoff over the right side with a little bit of room down the sideline. And he's still skirting down tiptoeing. And I guess he did not step out of bounds.
Step out. The referee would have seen it. Would have seen it.
A good run for the Cougars into Bulldog territory at about looks like it's going to be spotted at the 46-yard line of the Bulldogs. I'm going to give a shout out to Logan and Kimmy Harrison. That's Dr. Kimmy Harrison for all of you at home. Joining a practice, I believe, at St. Francis. Both Logan and Kimmy, former students of mine, watching tonight from the Condry house, which is probably about 5 or 6 with them. So here's the Cougars on the wide receiver screen, makes the catch. And, boy, John, if the quarterback hadn't thrown that as high as he did, Charbonneau was going the other way.
Charbonneau was right in the middle of that, and it just happened to go over his head. But they got to pick up about 5 yards on the play. I think they had 3 or 4 receivers off to the left on that.
To the
formation.
41 of the Bulldogs, a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. We'll shout out to Ethan Thorne, a Wagner grad, watching from Bayern, Germany. Ethan, appreciate you logging on. And here's a handoff over the right side, trying to get the corner.
Nice. 24.
Keaton Cole is in the backfield to make that stop.
Tackle for loss there for the Bulldog defense. Got him going the opposite direction. Good.
We are now over the 600 viewers right now watching Friday Night Bulldogs. A total of over 1,000 views, but right now we got 605 either homes. I think I saw somebody in a deer stand. There's Friday Night Bulldogs literally everywhere.
Love it. Absolutely love the support.
Cole with that 4-yard. Oh, here's a pass.
Nice.
Nice stick. Number 26, Anthony Coleman, jars the ball loose. It would have been a great catch had he been able to hang on.
Yeah, he hit him right in the midsection. So, yeah, tough for him to hold on running across the middle. But good timing, good stick on the play, broke up the pass.
John, you got to say that was some studying film right there, because the quarterback looked to go, was going to run it, and then pulled up to make the pass, tight end down the seam, and Coleman, textbook, puts his shoulder pad right in his gut.
Right in the gut. Bent him over and broke up the play. He wasn't able to hold on.
Here's a punt away for the Cougars, and that is Swanson that is able to make the catch. Dangerous catch, and Bulldog fans looking for a flag there. Is just a little love tap after the fair catch was called.
Yeah, there's contact there. As he did call for a fair catch. You're not supposed to be able to make contact with him, but
How do I see your comment, Miss Tillotson, the high school teacher, wanting to know if Woodland Hills Mall counts? It absolutely does.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a little Black Friday shopping, I presume, and watching some Friday Night Bulldogs as she does that. Dewey Peters, our FNB media specialist from back in the day. Appreciate you logging on. Here are the Bulldogs in their second possession. Number 16, Trenton Edward, looked to go right, tried to cut it back left, and the Cougars were there.
That's right, Jeremy. They are. I think they've studied. They've put the work in on their scouting report, and they've seen the plays were coming. So sometimes you want to do some kind of misdirection, get them going one way, thinking the play's going one way, and you go the opposite, like counter trap, or maybe a small tight end round.
2nd and 11 for Charbonneau as the Bulldogs are backed up against their own end zone. Charbonneau pulls it down, breaks one tackle, now flings it over, and trying to hit Goodland, and he had a little bit of green in front of him.
He did. It got him in the hands, but it's just a little too tall for him, unable to bring it in, so I'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Wagoner Bulldogs, backed up, pretty deep in their own territory. Looks like we're on about the 10.5-yard line.
Got to play smart here with a 3rd and 11. Sometimes you just have to live to fight another day, John.
I would definitely go with some kind of hard count just to try to get an easy 5. But we got one-on-one at the top of your screen with Mr. Edwards, so let's see what happens here.
Charbonneau going to his left, got blockers all in front, and able to squeeze through a little bit of a hole. Got a Cougar on the back. And
he's going to look like a couple yards short.
Okay. Looked like the Cougars had bottled it up pretty well, but the Bulldogs had quite a bit of a train.
Yeah, we were going with numbers. That's like a power formation to the left with 3 lead blockers and Charbonneau, and he did pick up positive yards, but not enough for the first down as the Bulldogs will punt for the first time this evening.
Charbonneau picks up about 8 on the play, so it's a 4th and a long 3 as Whit Edwards drops back to punt for the first time in this game. Gets a good punt off as the Cougars put on the pressure. Now a good bounce for the Bulldogs, and it will roll dead by Keaton Cole's hands at the 48-yard line of the Cougars. Libby Lamberson from Church Street in Wagner, so I appreciate you logging on. And Ronnie, Jamie Stout, Fishing with Bray, all right. Dougie Fresh, Dina Deal, appreciate everyone that has logged on. And John, it's just pretty exciting. Semifinal action wherever you are,
right?
Whether it's Oklahoma or around the world.
So yeah, we've got a scoreless ball game here. We're 0-0, 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Quarterback looking to the left.
Pick that off. Nice play.
That is knocked away by number 3, Mattson Swanson.
Good job, Mr. Swanson. Well played.
Cougar was streaking down the left sidelines, looking to go. Well, if he made the catch, there wasn't anybody catching him.
Right.
Because Swanson played the ball and was able to get a paw up.
Yeah, we'll take a deflection. Yep. I mean, that's 2nd and long. That's great defense. That's how it's taught. If you can't catch it, swat it away.
2nd and 10 from the 48. Quarterback, that's his tailback. And there's Keaton Cole again making the tackle along with Shield Knight and Charbonneau. That back coming out of the backfield, and there's just been a lot of great pursuit by the Bulldog defense.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was the word I was going to say, was pursuit. I mean, it's great. We had 4 guys on the ball before the running back actually made the catch. They were already in that area of the field on the 50, awaiting him.
Yeah. A 3rd and we'll call it 8 from beyond the 49 of the Cougars, as the quarterback takes it from the shotgun. Looking now to wheel route. Oh man.
Bryce Steele.
Bryce Steele able to at least get his hand in his face.
Right.
Or that one might have gone the distance.
Yeah, he was able to alter the flight path of the ball without even touching it, but it makes the receiver think that the ball's been deflected, and he just doesn't focus on it, and for an incomplete pass. So Ada here with the 3 and out as they line up in punt formation.
The Cougars will have the 2nd punt of the game, for their game anyway, and that is an effective punt as it bounces out.
Right on the 20.
Right on the 20. And 2:10 left in the first quarter, no score, and the Bulldogs will have their 3rd possession of the game. Pete Wyatt watching from East Tennessee, cheering for his grandson, Cale Charbonneau, and his brother John Witten United States Air Force. I appreciate you guys logging on. Becky Cox from Wagner. She's a Wagner grad. She's got 3 of her watching at home. Stacy Vincent, her and Jeff watching from Rocky Point. And we'll come back to that after Charbonneau hands off to Goodland, trying to get to the outside.
Nice.
Goodland makes a cut inside. John, it looks like they were going to string him out to the sideline.
They were trying to pressure him out, and he found just a little gap to pick up 4 or 5 yards there on that jet sweep around the right side. It looks like they're going to give him 3.5.
Goodland has gotten involved in the Wagner offense the last 4 games or so. His sophomore tailback, and he will pick up about 4 there. 2nd and 6 from the 24. Charbonneau with 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. He's looking that way. And here's underneath to Shield Knight. Shield Knight makes a catch, picks up a block downfield, and Shield Knight just shoving Cougars away.
Get off of me.
And Get off of me. Across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. John, we've seen that several times, not early on, but as of late, that underneath screen to Shield Knight.
Yeah, you're just dragging a tight end across the middle. Usually want to get underneath the linebackers, make that catch, and usually it's good for 7 to 10 yards. So we pick up first down. Bulldogs.
1st and 10 from their own 38. Charbonneau with 4 wide receivers. Here's a quick screen to Trenton Edward. And John, a lot of times, some might say, why throw that when it's one-on-one, the defender's right there. You're hoping to break a tackle because when you do have one-on-one, it's a race to the end zone.
Yeah, it's a one-on-one, and then in an open field, you got to make the defense make the play. So positive yardage, 5 yards, 2nd and 5. I mean, that for me, that's great.
2nd and 5 from the 43. As we are nearing the minute mark of this first quarter. Charbonneau.
There's a hole. He got something out of it after the contact.
Near first down yardage, it looked to be a hole. It closed quickly, but Charbonneau, as he's done all year long, very rarely goes down with that first contact.
Yeah, he didn't miss a squat day at all. Leg day, he's strong legs.
3rd and 1. From the 47, the Bulldogs will have to get right at the 48-yard line for a first down as we near the 700 view mark for Friday Night Bulldogs. Here's the 3rd and 1. Looks a little bit like, I hate this word, but tush push.
There it is.
And Charbonneau very easily got it.
Oh, yeah.
It's across the 48, almost to the 49. And I get so tired of hearing about it in the NFL, but
it's effective.
There's Wagner's version of it right there.
I'll take it. It gets a first down. Yeah, the name is it's a rhyming name called the tush push. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles have run it to about a 98% completion or percentage effectiveness, I want to say. There's only been a couple times it hasn't worked, but pretty much pick up a first down on 4th and short every time.
This will probably be the last snap of the first quarter as 4. And here's Goodland over the right side, now cuts it back in, and he'll get to the Cougar side of the 50, and that is about it. And that will be the end of the first quarter. No score here in Bethany, Oklahoma. You're watching Friday Night Bulldogs semifinal action, free, live, and worldwide.
And Jeremy, the cool thing about that as we go into the second quarter is the ball spotted right on the 50. So it's pretty easy work for the referees. They put the ball on the 50 and the teams just swap sides. Nobody has to walk the field. The chain gang has got a pretty easy job there. So, yeah, we'll just switch ends. Wagner will be on the north end heading to the south as the Cougar defense has played well. This is championship football.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen. When you got 0-0 game, you know that the defenses are stepping up because I've said it before, offense scores points, but defense wins championships. So,
Georgia Fry, grandparents of DJ Pierce, watching from Muskogee. Got the Wagner Candy Depot. Teresa Potts watching from Wagner. Gene Hunt, senior, the class of 65, all right?
1965.
Watching home in Toppers, and Gene Jr. Watching at home And Gene, I believe you said, I believe you graduated with my older brother Joe in '91. So Glendine Guerin, John Guerin, '89 grad. They're watching.
John. Mm-hmm.
And Shirley Smith watching with Alvy, '67 and '69 grad from Wagner.
Run it.
Charbonneau.
Run it.
Looking way downfield for Swanson and just overthrows him. He wanted that one back.
He did, but he had 15, 20 yards if he had just ran it down the sideline, but that's hearsay.
So
he went for the deep ball. John Guerin, good evening. You're my neighbor right down the road in Inola.
Okay.
Saw him at a gas station or something a couple months back. I said, John Guerin, where do you live? He said, Inola. I said, well, I'm just down the road from you.
3rd and 8 after that incompletion from midfield. Bulldogs will have to get just beyond or just inside the 42-yard line. Charbonneau looking to the sidelines.
We're out of time.
And going to have to call a timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. So trying to keep, I've made multiple posts today, John, and a lot of people are commenting on different posts. So.
Yeah, that's multitasking. We need a media specialist.
Brian Pegg says he's watching from heated seats. So appreciate Brian logging on. His son, Austin, again, probably 2012, somewhere around there, Wagner grad. I believe he was part of that first state championship team back in 2011. And speaking of that, we'll come back to that. Leslie and Jared Darr, class of '88, watching with their kids from Tahlequah. I'm sure Leslie and Jared, you probably remember my oldest brother Glenn. He was a '88 grad. I think the only guy with the full beard at age 17. So if he was known for anything, it was probably that. We're back to the action after that timeout. 3rd and 8 from midfield. Here is Swanson in motion. Fake to him. Inside to Coleman.
Nice move.
Makes a great move across the 35 to about the 32-yard line. Number 26, Anthony Coleman, getting back into the groove on the offensive side.
And the most awesome part about that, there was no flag.
Yeah, right.
I'm looking all over the field. I hope that stands. I hope that stands. I hope that stands. Yeah, first down, Bulldogs. Let's get some momentum. Take this crowd out of the game.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the Cougar 33-yard line. Got trips to the top of your screen, Shield Knight and Thornton to the bottom. And Charbonneau going to take it straight up the middle, puts his shoulder down, and he's going to get to just about the 26-yard line. John, the Bulldogs just spread everybody out and let Charbonneau take it.
Yeah, I think we need to spread the defense out, open the field up, let him find the gaps and the holes. He doesn't need much as he runs north and south every time. So just give him a little crease, and he'll make positive yardage out of it.
Get a shout out to one of our school board members, Michael Hickman, watching Friday Night Bulldogs tonight. Hope everything's going well for you, Michael, and your family on this Thanksgiving weekend. Charbonneau on a 2nd and 3, and this time he's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage.
I wish he would have just cut to the left off the tackle just a little bit, a couple yards. There was a big hole over the left side. Evidently he didn't see it, and that's okay.
He's still going to get to just inside the 25. It's going to be 3rd, and we're going to call it a short 2 for the Bulldogs, as we were at 693 viewers.
Right.
And so we're not even 2 minutes into this second quarter. So
hurry up, fellas.
Pass the word along that we are semifinal action here in Bethany, Oklahoma, and looks like another lineup of the tush push. Charbonneau, and I don't think he got it.
He's right on the marker. It's going to be the left foot, right foot spot. As John Madden referred to it. If he spots with the left foot on the far side, it's first down. If he spots with the right foot, he didn't make it.
Looks like it's going to be close enough for a measurement at the 9:42 mark. And going to be about a football length short, I believe. So, they're going to call a timeout for a measurement. So we'll try to catch up on some of our comments here on the YouTube channel. Vicky Hemphill, 89 grad, and Rodney Lemons, 83 grad. So appreciate you guys logging on. Josh and Jamie Cunningham watching from Wagner. Alice Schneider, I know Alice. She's an 87 grad. John, Alice Schneider.
Yes, Alice Ann. Alice Ann.
Yes.
Alice Ann, formerly Dorr, now Schneider. Hey, Alice Ann.
Stephen Powell, former student back in 02, and watching with Ebony, who's an 04 grad. I don't believe I had Ebony, but I know my mom did back in middle school, so hopefully all of that is going great. And Mike and Laura Haddock. Mike and Laura are Garrett's parents watching from home, and they are proud of the work that Garrett's been doing all season long.
Oh, yes, we're proud of his work. He says, "I love you, Mom." All right, let's go 4th and 1. Bulldogs
lining up for the rugby-style quarterback sneak again, trying to draw them off sides on this 4th and short. And the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. And, John, you think they're going to maybe try another field goal here? It would be about a 34-yarder.
Yeah, Bloxham's got the distance. I feel confident in it, but I want to go for it. I've got confidence in our team that we can make a 4th and a foot with Kale Charbonneau and our offensive line, as we used to call them, hogs. Hogs.
Yep.
In the trenches up there. I mean, it's how bad do you want it? I mean, 4th and 1, you should be able to get a yard. We're in the state semis. I mean, if you lose, you go home, and you're not playing for the gold ball. So sometimes you got to take a risk.
Yeah. Yep. Jeremy Mangrum, Chance Shankle, Mackenzie Trotter, Kathy Boyer, Cody Allison, all logged on. So we jumped from 693 to 744.
So a surge in the viewing.
I really think we're going to get to the 1,000 mark, John.
I feel it.
I feel it. We're 744.
We're worldwide. We ought to be at 1,000.
So we're going to line up again for the rugby style. Here's Charbonneau, and he's going to get it this time.
Yeah, he got it.
He had 2 or 3 steps forward.
Yes.
And as you see, everybody has converged. You're not going to see that very often.
There's 22 players within 8 feet of the ball. Maybe 6 feet of the ball. 22 players. Yeah, we got that one.
All right, Michelle, Coach Norm's family. Jacob Norman is a middle school. He teaches English for us at the middle school, and his family is his granny, aunts, uncle, and parents. John, I think it's safe to say we've got well over 1,000 people watching right now.
Sure.
Obviously, 700. We've now 754 devices, computers, whatever they may be, but it's well over 1,000 that's actually watching.
Love it.
DeMarco Whedon, DeMarco, I see you, former student. Back in the early 2000s, I believe. Maybe mid to late 2000s. So, Jack Shepard, 1973 graduate, watching from Skiatook.
We got it. Bulldog Nation.
1st and 10, new set of downs for the Bulldogs. Jason and Jennifer Biffle have got 6 watching at home. They're both Wagner grads. And Jamie Stout. Christy Farrell works for Wagner Public Schools. She's in Moody, Texas tonight. Usually on the sidelines, getting everything prepared for everyone, but no doubt on Thanksgiving vacation. Here is Charbonneau. Here's a pitch out to Coleman. Coleman racing to the left side across the 20 to about the 17. John, it's really good seeing him run that spot.
Yeah, it is. It's just a little pitch sweep over to the left side of the field, and he picks up about 5 or 6 yards there.
We're going to call it 6 to the 18-yard line. And we'll say 5. 2nd and 5 from the Cougar 18. 8:40 left in this second quarter.
What I think it's important here, Jeremy, is we just keep control of the ball. Time of possession here.
Yeah.
Should have pulled that one.
That is... I believe that's number 16, Trenton Edward. Yeah, had Charbonneau pulled that out, he may have been headed for the corner.
Yeah, I wish you would have read that. I mean, that may have been a designated run, but sometimes it's a run pass option, RPO. You can pull that ball out as a quarterback and keep it yourself. And yeah, he had nothing but green turf down to the southeast side of the field.
Shelley and Marvetta Sperling, appreciate you guys logging on. Shelley, no doubt. I'll say Marvetta, no doubt, entertaining guest. Shelley, I'm not sure how your hand is at cooking, but I know Marvetta has it. Here's Trenton Edward over the left side, cuts in backside to the 5-yard line. He is so explosive when he turns upfield.
He's fast. He got those shoulders turned, and he was eyeing the end zone, so they were able to get a helmet on him down around the legs and took his legs out. Otherwise, he'd have been dancing.
Skip Carter, Cloyd Odell from near Fort Gibson Lake. I'm sure you.
Cloyd.
Yep,
I know you guys.
So here's a 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the Cougar 7. John, this is actually the second time we've been 1st and goal.
That's correct. Yeah, we were down here on the north end and just didn't get it done. We had a field goal opportunity.
Looks like the Cougars took a timeout with 7:26 left, and we are nearing that 800 mark now. Right now at 770. Hopefully everything is going well for you at home. We appreciate everybody that has logged on so far, and I know we haven't gotten to everybody, but let's see. Clara and Kathy Cannon all watching together with Robert Cannon.
Hey, Robert.
I know you recognize that name.
Robert
and
Cannon.
Want to give a special shout out to Robert, as I believe from his Jinx neighborhood Walmart was able to sponsor the pregame meal.
Oh, nice.
Helped
We love
that.
We love that. Feed the kids.
And Robert, about a 85?
Yeah, 85.
Somewhere
That's
around
85. I think it's a
85
couple
grad?
years. I think he's with Curtis Hill, Lenny Williams.
Okay.
Some of those guys in that. Stevie Clayton.
Yep. So we are, again, 7:26 left in this second quarter. It'll be a 1st and goal when the Bulldogs line back up.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we get in the end zone on this drive, Jeremy, and get on the scoreboard. Because Ada's playing us really tough, but we've been able to move the ball down. Let's see what we decide to do here.
Charbonneau from the shotgun on a 1st and goal from the 7. Charbonneau takes it himself. Sheds one tackle, sheds another.
Yes.
He's in for the score.
Yes.
Touchdown, Bulldogs. Again, John, we've seen it several times already. It looks like Charbonneau's bottled up.
Right.
And the first couple of times they got him.
Yeah, they hit him. They hit him after about 2 yards, and then he spun and was able to keep that forward momentum and keep driving to the end zone. Gosh, he's run so hard. It's awesome to watch. My dad would love him.
It'll be Logan Bloxham for the extra point after the first score of the game. Swanson with the hold. I believe Keaton Cole with the snap. Good snap, good hold. Bloxham is up, and it is good.
All
Wagner
right.
Bulldogs 7. Woo! Ada Cougars 0. 7:19 left in this second quarter.
Yeah, that's a long time to go without any points on the board. You play a whole first quarter. It's kind of like a soccer game. 0-0, and then we got 7 points. So good job, Bulldogs. Way to keep the pressure on the Ada Cougars and get a 7.
Shanna Rodriguez and Roman supporting the Bulldogs wherever they are. And no shame in saying that you weren't able to make the game tonight. Obviously, you can see the fan base as we're on the home side, as Ada is considered the home team tonight. So you are looking at the Wagner fan base right now, and Wagner always travels well, even on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, our stands over there are pretty much looks like about 95% full, and we got people standing down each end of the bleachers down the fence line, because some people just like to stand and rest on the fence and visit. Nothing wrong with that. Some people like to stand on that back row and just lean against the fence, the bar that's on the back, and just stand up.
Anthony Swearingen saying hello from Whittier, North Carolina. He's an 82 grad. And Anthony, if you'll just travel a little down south, we haven't had anybody from South Carolina yet. So Karen McCollum, Shelby, appreciate you guys logging on and watching. Lacey and John Edson, Coach John, and there is a fair catch call at the 26-yard line, and I believe it's Bloxham still
he's
the kickoff.
Yeah.
And as we saw, Trace Thornton fill in for him during injury time, but
it's just a nice high kick. Ada just calls for a fair catch, and there's no return on that.
Leslie Helmer watching from Glenpool tonight.
Glenpool, America.
So the Cougars, I believe, will have their 4th possession of this game. And they will start at the 27-yard line with the 1st and 10. Handoff to the tailback. Fumble. Ball.
We got it.
And I believe that's Josh Davis.
Yes. Yeah, they were going reverse there on that play, and he fumbled it before he could even hand it off.
I think it was Davis. You guys at home are about 7 or 8 seconds behind us, so we're going to watch. It looked like Davis was the first one to fall on it. Trying to see who actually tosses it back to number 32, Bryce Steele. I thought I saw a 2, but it was a 3 in front of it instead of a 6.
All right.
The Bulldogs actually were swarming all over that ball. First turnover of the game.
Feel good about it.
Number 32, Bryce Steele, coming up with the loose ball. Charbonneau over the left side. Cuts it back to the center, and he is inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. And, John, you just get this feeling that the Bulldogs are kicking it into another gear.
Yeah, let's keep the foot on the gas here. Let's keep the foot on the gas. We just got a touchdown. We got a turnover on their own territory. Charbonneau running the option there. Looks like he could have had a pitch man out to the left, but he chose to pick up his own. He got 6.
2nd and 4 from the Cougar 15-yard line. The Cougar fan base trying to wheel their defense to make a stop here. Here's Trenton Edward over the left side, gets back to the outside, and again, just like that, John, they look like they had him bottled up, and he takes one step to the left, and he's gone.
Yeah, he just lowered that right shoulder and just dipped like he was going to cut up field, and just gave that little hesitation move, and then busted it back with a side step to the outside, and able to get a Bulldog first down.
Tristan Ketcher, like a true quarterback, wants to see the fade to Whit Edwards and put the gas pedal down and don't let up. We'll see what happens as Edwards, as to the very bottom of your screen, along with Swanson beside him. And this Charbonneau over the left side puts his shoulders down and gets cut down at about the 13-yard line.
7,
sorry. We've got a 1st and goal situation now, 2nd and goal, and they're going to spot it at the 7 for the Bulldogs. We are at the 6-minute mark.
I would love to see some type of bootleg here, just a bootleg. If you guys don't know what the bootleg is, it's basically where the quarterback will hand off, fake a handoff like off the left tackle, and then tuck the ball on his hip and run around the opposite side, and it's usually touchdown every time.
Here is Trenton Edward. Dives! Touchdown! Bulldogs. Number 16, Trenton Edward, in for the score from 7 yards away. He just extended it enough, John.
Yeah, he set that ball over the end zone. He knew what to do with it. all the ball has to do is cross the plane of the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Bulldogs. That's the way to take advantage of that. Wagner got the turnover and turned it into points.
Yes. With 5:40 left in this first half, Bloxham tries to make it 14. That kick is up, and it is through. Wagner Bulldogs 14, Ada Cougars 0. 775 viewers right now. And again, John, I'm still confident that we're going to get to 1,000.
I think we will. I'm excited about it. I mean, tell everybody. Share it, subscribe it, like it.
Randy and Tammy Janes watching from Pryor. Thomas Compton, appreciate the score update. Poto 7, Blanchard 6.
Well, they got a tight one there. Yeah, that's the other semifinal game. Not sure where they're playing at.
I believe I heard Catoosa.
That's right. They're in Catoosa. That's right. 7-6. So the winner of this game will meet the winner of that game for the 4A state championship and a chance at the gold ball.
Terry Duval, Lindsey Fox, 2012 grad, watching from Denver, Colorado.
So, Mile High City.
Dana Fusco, Kelly Thayer, Thomas Compton, logging on tonight as well. You guys keep the comments rolling, and even if we don't acknowledge that, obviously some of you have been conversating amongst yourselves, and that is perfectly fine as well. Here's Bloxham with that
we got a chance
directional kick, and here comes the flag as the Cougars signal for the fair catch.
Yeah,
and the Bulldogs didn't see it.
They didn't see it. He was all about making the stick, making the hit.
And I believe that's a 10, unless they're going to call a personal foul. I think it's just going to be an interference call, and I believe that's a 10-yard penalty, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Here as we await the official signal. Oh, they are calling personal foul. Wow. Okay, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty for the Cougars against the Bulldogs. And sometimes, John, you literally don't see the signal.
Right, you don't. Your head's down. You're focused. You know where the ball's on the kick team. You know where the ball's going. The kicker is, told you this is where I'm kicking it. This is where it's going to go. And sometimes you're a headhunter, and you just want to get down the field and make a big stick. And he made the stick, just didn't see the fair catch call.
Daquan Stewart says his mom's making him watch from Guyman, Oklahoma. But hey, however way you have to watch, that's okay with us. Here's a quick hit, and that ball is blown dead.
Yeah, we got a false start on Ada. Somebody moved before the snap, so that'll back them up 5.
Jermaine, the main event, Sherman. Sherman, part of that Wagner legacy, if you will, getting things started into this now, looking forward, trying to get to that 7th gold ball for the Wagner Bulldogs, but there's a lot of football to play until then.
That's right, Jeremy. But we're looking good here with a 14-point lead.
So looks like that, come back to that, as the Cougars are looking at a 1st and 15 now from the 45. There's a shot to number 8, and number 3, Swanson puts his hand up right at the last second.
Yeah, sometimes when it's a defensive back, you're looking at the actual eyes of the receiver, and you're not playing the ball. When the receiver reacts and puts his hands up, then you put your hands up.
Yep.
So it's something that's taught and trained, and if you're a good defensive back, you know just when to do that.
Kathy and Andy and Grandma watching from Wagner. Thanks for logging on. And here is a 2nd and 15. Quarterback looking into the flat, and close quickly is number 20, DJ Pierce. And John, the Bulldogs defense is swarming right now.
Yeah, he read the eyes of the quarterback exactly. He did his drop back, backpedaled, saw the eyes of the quarterback, and then made a beat on that ball and timed it just right. So we'll bring up 3rd and long for Ada.
Jay and Natasha Stevens watching from Winter Park, Colorado. So a lot of vacationers to Colorado over this Thanksgiving week. Teresa Randolph, she's at her sister's. Watching from Kansas City. Here's a handoff to number 3, trying to make it to the corner. DJ Pierce again is there, along with Bryce Steele. And right now, the Cougars are having trouble getting anything going.
Yeah, that's Bulldog defense stepping up in a big way and playing that battle of field possession. So, yeah, the Cougars will have to step up and punt.
Michaela Douthit, Miss Douthit, appreciate you logging on. She is a middle school math teacher. Watching Friday Night Bulldogs tonight. Justin James. Yep, I remember you, Coach James. He was part of that staff that was able to get the first gold ring for the Bulldogs. Kyle Vance. And here is a punt, and
get away.
Got a really good bounce as that thing came low.
That was below radar.
So
yeah, it never got altitude. That was a low line driver. Could have hit somebody in the helmet. Actually,
Tracy and David Baker, they don't want to comment. They don't want to do anything to mess up the stream.
Oh, okay.
So
keep the mojo.
Tracy and David, both Wagner grads, and Thank you guys for logging on. Leila Graham, middle school student, watching tonight. Hey, Leila. Doc Pig, Miranda Richardson, Miranda and Todd Richardson and Wagner have Blakely and Little Keith is what I call him. Both students at Wagner Middle School. Todd, former student of mine. Miranda was lucky enough not to have me.
Is this the Richardson family?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Blakely. Yep. She's one of my students.
Okay.
6th hour. She always says, "Have a good 7th hour, Mr. Page." Hear it every day as she walks out.
All right, the Bulldogs with a 1st and 15 from the 20. John, I missed that 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, we had a legal procedure.
Okay. Here's Charbonneau over the left side. Still on his feet. Into the secondary. Gets tripped up at the 30. Dives forward to the 33-yard line.
Oh.
Now, John Charbonneau, Kale's not going to outrun very many, but he will definitely run through you.
Yeah, he would definitely run through you. And he had daylight there, and Ada was fortunate enough to get just a hand across his ankles and trip him up before he got into open field.
Hey, Sandy. Sandy Pratcher, former soccer player of mine, said that they needed a soccer player to punt that last one. So here is a 2nd and 3. Charbonneau again gets to the 40-yard line and still going.
No, he's never blown down.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to sneak a peek at what's going on.
Yeah, replay.
As the play was never blown dead, and he just fell right on top of the Cougars defender and never touched any part of his body.
That's awesome. Yeah, knee or elbow.
It was nothing.
Got a touch to be down, and good awareness there by Mr. Charbonneau to
heads up.
No whistle. Play to the whistle.
There you go. Bulldogs into Cougar territory at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's a pitch out to Goodland. Goodland puts his shoulder down, and he's met at the 45 by a Cougar and gets no more. Cody Fimple, a Wagner grad. Appreciate him logging on.
8:03 on the count.
Cody, I'm assuming you are still in the Navy, I believe, and a former student of mine back in the day. As the Bulldogs, after a 3-yard gain from Goodland at the Cougar 45, 2nd and 7, 2:38 left in the clock. Here's Charbonneau.
Looking for the air.
Charbonneau now brings it down and is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as the Cougar defense closes in.
Yeah, Jeremy, all 3 receivers for Wagner were well covered, and the Ada defense did a good job of blanketing those receivers where he didn't have anybody to throw to. So he just had to tuck it and get what he could, and fortunate enough to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And we just jumped over the 800 hurdle. We're at 806 devices. Again, we may be pushing 2,000 actual viewers.
That's correct.
Because many people are saying 5 and 6 and 2 and 3 watching at home. So Ron and Sarah Lane watching from Rockport, Texas.
Shield night.
Here's Charbonneau, flush to his right, now looks downfield.
What a catch.
Caught by Edwards.
Get in there.
Edwards breaks away.
Go.
He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bulldogs. Number 1, Whit Edwards. I believe it was just that bounced off Shield Knight's hands.
I think it did. It either went right through his hands. Not exactly positive, but he made the catch. He was able to focus on it, and his speed and his long stride was able to outrace the Ada Cougar defense and get to the corner of the end zone, make it 20-0 Bulldogs. I was going to say, Jeremy, it sure would be nice to get a score here right before halftime, and here we go.
That was Swanson on the deflection. Went off his hands. Edwards with the heads-up play, making the catch, and then Johnny took about 4 steps, and he's in the end zone.
That's nice to have 2 receivers in the same area sometimes, so if the ball is tipped or overthrown, you got 2 options there.
Bloxham makes it 3 for 3 of extra points. Wagner Bulldogs 21, Ada Cougars 0, and Whit Edwards with that 6'6" frame, he probably took a few more than 4 steps, but not many.
Yeah, so that would be giant steps, but yeah, but not that many. So it's nice to hear no cowbells right now. If you guys have heard, pretty much the whole game, the cowbells have been ringing for the Ada Cougars because that's her thing. Here they go again. Dadgummit. Should have kept my mouth shut.
Okay, so Cody, I see you. He switched to the Air Force and now is at Wagner. So, Cody, hope everything is going well for you. I'm trying to catch up with some of the comments here. Anna Dickinson coming in from Mount Snow, Vermont. So, Anna, hope everything is great for you with all that snow.
Is that where they filmed White Christmas? Is that the setting for White Christmas?
Yeah.
No, it's in Vermont.
Here's that high short kick. Fair
okay,
catch
we didn't hit him that time.
37-yard line. About the same place that was last
about the same place. Look at that little T guy.
Pete and Pam Fowler, class of 71. Lori Hunt, Anna Dismayne. Kyle Vance, 6, watching from where Kyle is. Josh Hewitt, talk about the tip drill. Josh about a 02, I think. Grad, maybe 04. But played soccer back when I was coaching. So STN, Stan Gross, 72 grad, saying way to go Bulldogs. And Dano Might.
He's open.
Oh, there's a catch for the Cougars, number 2, and he is inside the 20 as they went the long ball on a 1st and 10 play, and they really needed it.
They really did to get some kind of momentum down 21-0. He just ran a streak down the sideline, and quarterback put it right on the money, and we missed the first tackle, but we were able to bring him down the second try. So Ada trying to get some little bit of momentum here before the end of the first half.
John, when that play works, it's great, but the safety comes over on top, and he gets there before it's usually a really big hit or it's an interception.
That's right.
But the quarterback able to lay it right where he needed. Here's quarterback again.
Get him.
Bryce.
Get him. Go.
Number 4. That's Cal Charbonneau. No, 24. That is Keaton Cole.
Yes.
And he is into Cougar territory. Here comes a flag. It looks like it's going to be post-possession. But we're trying to see who able. It was Bryce Steele putting on the pressure, and Charbonneau able to come up with the Oski. We'll wait to see what the flag is. Definitely post-possession.
24 intercepted.
24, Keaton Cole.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Charbonneau. Keaton Cole. I saw the 4. The 2 was covered up. Keaton Cole with the heads-up play, but it was Bryce Steele literally hanging on the quarterback as he was throwing.
Yep, he was dragging him down, and the quarterback just threw up a desperation heave, and we were in the right place. I think they're going to get Wagner with maybe a low block or a crackback block.
Yep.
Like hitting a defenseless.
Very common on an interception return.
We'll see what the official call.
It is post-possession, so the Bulldogs will maintain the possession after the penalty. Cody says he's watched FNB from Iraq, Afghanistan, all over the USA. It never gets old when the Bulldogs put up the points on the board.
It's awesome. We appreciate your loyalty. Oh, where are we going here?
So that block below the knees was almost right after the interception as the return was into Cougar territory, and now we've backed up to basically where the interception occurred.
So I'm just trying to do the math here, and where the flag was thrown, I guess that is 15 yards from where the flag was thrown. So, but the important thing is that we did stop the Ada offense, and we got the ball back. So our second turnover of the evening, +2 for the Bulldogs.
Charbonneau from the shotgun. Here's the pitch to Trenton Edward. Edward slung forward to the 31-yard line, and I guarantee you this, John, the Bulldogs are looking to put another score on before halftime.
Why not? Let's keep the pressure on.
They do only have, the scoreboard shows 2 timeouts. I thought we only had 1.
Yeah, we burned 1 to keep from a delay game.
So a 2nd and 5 from the 31, and no doubt it's taken quite a bit of time for this play. We'll see what happens. Charbonneau over the left side, picking his way through across the 35, and he gets the first down. The clock will stop at 41 seconds. John, I'm thinking that they're probably going to look downfield for either Shield Knight or Edwards.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hitting Shield Knight on about a 10-yard out route here on the far side, go on the short side of the field as he's lined up at the top of your screen. I just try to hit him on the out route.
And quick snap, here's Trenton Edward, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And Bulldogs are probably going to have to take a timeout here as the clock continues to run. And
I think we're content.
Well,
I guess so. After that play, I think we're content.
Well, my guarantee will have to come back as the Bulldogs, with a 21-point lead, decide, you know what, we had the big interception, the penalty comes back, let's just keep it at that.
Let's just keep it at that. Go in happy with 21-point lead at halftime over the Ada Cougars.
Josh,
man, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I saw where you're watching from. He's watching from Nevada.
And
I don't believe we've got that one on the map.
I don't remember seeing Nevada on the map.
That will make 37 states, I believe, somewhere around there. So, Brendan Wallace watching from Lawrence, Kansas.
Jayhawk, home of the Jayhawks.
Christy French says she's with you. She says the cowbell is quite the distraction.
They're noisemakers, for sure.
Pam Robertson watching the grandson, which is Tucker Clough from Washington, the state of Washington.
Yep.
So Miss Robertson, the former 5th grade teacher, as I was coming through here in Wagner. And looks like the Brooklyn family are all watching, supporting their favorite player, Logan Bloxham. Chris is watching at home with Josh and his family, the class of 72 and 95.
72 and 95.
Melanie Carey watching from Toppers. Tim Carey, graduating in 2010, played for Coach Condon. I remember Tim. And Grady Garrett. Couldn't make it tonight.
Garrett. Yeah, I know Grady.
In Claremore, watching Claremore.
Yeah, my mom taught him.
Okay.
Back in the day.
All right.
Grady Garrett. He likes to play that basketball. And he refereed quite a few of my son's games in high school and junior high. He officiated.
I want to shout out to Anda and Andy. I'm getting my words mixed up here. Andy and Micah. Andy and Micah Sperling. Both grads from Wagner. I think Andy about 99 and Michael in 02. Watching with Mama and Daddy, no doubt for Thanksgiving holidays. Glad they were all able to come together and eat some of Marvetta's cooking. So let's see who else we can catch up to, as I don't think, John, that either the Wagner or Ada band are taking the field at halftime.
No, it's holiday. They got the vacation and time off.
Shirley Tanner, class of 79, logging on, watching Friday Night Bulldogs.
Hey, Shirley.
Megan Gacious, Miss Gacious, about a 2013 grad, I believe. Some of you may know her as Megan Fessler. She is a middle school teacher for us, logging on tonight and watching the Bulldogs.
Hey, Miss Gacious, you're right around the corner from me. Appreciate you tuning in. I want to give a shout out to the man of steel, Derek Steele. Saw him down in Norman today.
Okay.
Before the game, it was good to see him. He brought his cousin down for the game. We had a good day. So Sooners did their part.
So Deanna Sharp, apparently Tucker loves Friday Night Bulldogs, because I remember her a couple of weeks ago giving us a picture of her cat, Tucker, watching Friday Night Bulldogs, watching tonight as well. So
that's awesome.
We appreciate you sharing that with us.
Picture's worth 1,000 words. Tucker, Bulldog fan. Not scared of no Bulldog.
All right. Treva Blandon with Lakeisha and family watching from Branson tonight. The Blandon family, I think all were Wagner grads. Lakeisha a couple years behind me and brother and sister before me. The late Jamie Blandon actually graduated with my oldest brother Glenn back in '88. And so we appreciate the Blandon family logging on.
Yeah, I miss Big Jamie. Big man, big heart.
Mama Trudy and I was lucky enough to work with Trudy Blandon, the mom, back in the mid-'90s at Walmart, and Trudy was a lot of fun to work with. She kept me on the straight and narrow. So Tina is with Randy Stamps, watching from Bulldog, Oklahoma. Russ Jones, 89 grad, I believe he told us he was in Arkansas watching. Noel Squires watching from Twin Falls, Idaho.
There we go. That's beautiful country.
We do not have Idaho on the map, so
beautiful up there.
That might be getting us close to 40 on the states as we continue to catch up with everybody that's commenting on our post and in our chat room. Heather Pop, thanks for logging on. Chris Lanning says it's a great stream tonight, and we appreciate the work that Garrett Haddock has put in. And we were assured that the Wi-Fi here at the Crimson Storm Stadium of the Southern Nazarene University just got an update, and I believe there's 4 streams right now going on, John. There's ours.
Seems to be going smoothly.
I believe Ada has maybe a radio station here, and then I believe the NFHS is also streaming tonight.
How about that?
So,
how about that?
And speaking of that, want to make sure that we read the statements that OSSA wants us to read as they sponsor all of the playoff games, whether it's 1A all the way to 6A. Activity programs are primarily for the student participants. The purpose of this football game is to provide positive learning experiences and opportunities for personal growth of our student athletes. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association. Players, coaches, officials, and spectators can and are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. Good luck to both teams. And we appreciate the work of Van Shea Ivan with the OSSAA Media Relations. It's been very good in communicating with us once we have applied for permission to stream the games. He's been very quick on the replies and all the information. Also, John Arthur, he, I believe, is the athletic director of Bethany High School. He has set up everything for tonight's game as far as on-site. Bethany is, the Bethany staff is actually hosting it, even though it's at SNU Stadium.
Right. So, Broncos, right?
Yes, I believe that it's
Broncos. True. With an H.
Yes.
Like University of Central Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Spelled the same way.
Which isn't probably too far away from here.
Yeah, it's not far. Not far.
I'll tell you what, John, it is very cozy up here. I might even have to take my hoodie off.
Yeah, I had to take my jacket off. Yeah, I was in Norman today, and it was pretty chilly. Start off the game till the sun came out. But now, yeah, it's nice and cozy in here.
So if the game continues to go Wagner's way with a 21-0 lead right now over the Cougars, still got a half to play, but if it continues to go the way the Wagner Bulldog fans wants it, I want to remind everyone, and we'll talk more about this at the end of the game, that if you are, maybe you're just a football fan in general, so no matter the outcome, the state championship game will be on Thursday night.
On a Thursday night.
Just as you were talking about, John, at the University of Central Oklahoma.
Right, it's nice facilities there. We've played there before in the state championship,
mm-hmm.
and I was there one year, and we won it. I think I've seen 5. We've won 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen 5 of the 6.
Okay.
Last year's the one I missed, the most exciting
right.
football game in Bulldog history. The one I missed with the last-second kick to win the game by Mr. Muhlenweg. Gosh, I don't know how many. I'll probably watch that 50 times on the replay on the live stream. I was like, he made it, and he made it again, and he made it again. He didn't miss. He won state.
John and Holly Harrison, I'm sure you remember that.
John Harrison,
names, watching from the Wasso.
Yeah, John Harrison, Holly.
John and Holly, both Wagner grads. Let me take that back. Holly was John.
Yeah, John was.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say 84, 83, 84.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
I hope I'm not wrong. I've been wrong before, John, but I think you're a little older than me.
Tony Owen, class of 71. Brett Green, if it's the Brett Green I remember, he's a 91 grad. I graduated with my older brother Joe. Gene, appreciate the score update. Says that Poto is leading 7-6 at half.
Man, that's a ball game.
Halftime, 7-6. Robin and Stephen Gregory watching from Moore, Oklahoma. Looks like DJ
away.
Pierce, who their top dog is. Lisa Chancellor. Lisa and Chris Chancellor watching nephew Tucker Clough and buddy Bryce Steele from Taylor's Ferry, America.
Chris Chancellor, how are you? He has been the boat captain for my son.
Okay.
A few times in some high school fishing tournaments. So he loves to bass fish. And his wife, they team up and do some couples tournament fishing.
Okay.
So yeah, he knows Fort Gibson Lake pretty well.
So everyone, spread the word if you can. We have a lot of football left as we are awaiting second half kickoff. You got plenty of time to go get your favorite beverage and your favorite snack. Maybe some of those leftovers from the Thanksgiving meal from last night.
Yeah, grab some turkey, throw it on a roll. That's what I do. That's easy peasy. Maybe a little shot of mustard. Piece of pumpkin pie or pecan pie.
Yep.
Whatever you like. Get it.
You got plenty of time as the scoreboard reads 11:35 and may seem to be a little bit more of an extended halftime because there's no halftime entertainment. Well, other than you and I.
We're entertainment. We're free entertainment. I want to give a shout out to the Condit family as they're, I'm sure, well represented tonight. I saw Colin Condit down at the OU game today working. He's an equipment manager for the Oklahoma football team. And I made sure and catch up with him on the down in the end zone. And I said, Colin, you coming to the game tonight? Oh yeah. I said, you got to support Dad. And he said, yes, sir, I'll be there. He said, right after this game, I'm going to shower and head up to Bethany. So yeah, I'm sure they're over there on the stands supporting Dad. He's had a really successful run here at Wagner. We're glad to have him.
Kelton Olson now joining his brother Canton and mom Alicia. He's probably outside trying to track a deer down or something over in, I believe in northeastern Arkansas. So, Kelton, thanks for coming inside. He was probably putting down that video game if I know him. So, Tony and Sherry watching Tucker Clough tonight. Stan Gross, class of 72. And Annette Walker, Aunt Annette, and Uncle Billy from Moore watching DJ Pierce. Weston Owen, class of 2028. Yeah, Weston, you got a couple of years to go. Should be I guess maybe he's a freshman this year. So 20, yeah, that'd be about right for 2028. So. Chris says, hey, John. That comes from Lisa.
Hey. Hey, Lisa.
Brian Chavez. Missy and Brian watching from Durant, Oklahoma. Home of the Lions, I believe. The Durant Lions. Almost to Texas, John.
That is. That's, on your way to Texas. If you're going to 69, 75. I can't remember if it's both. Highway 69?
It doesn't quite get to 75 yet.
Okay.
So... Brian, about a 89 grad. Missy, I won't give your year away, but Brian's somewhere around there. And appreciate you guys logging on. Bucky Allen of the Allen brothers in Coweta saying Bulldogs for life. I remember old Bucky, a couple years ahead of me in class. And who else? Mark Owen, class of 91. You may remember my older brother Joe. Tanya Cole. Logan Cole is in the stands. His family is watching from home. Logan Cole, I believe, graduated last year, if I remember correctly.
Bucky Allen, do you have somebody in your family named Newt Allen? I need to know.
All right. Bucky, if you still haven't gone to get your snacks before the second half.
If you're related to Newt Allen.
Newt
Allen.
Allen.
Call him Newt. N-E-W-T.
And, all right. Izzy and Callum, both middle school students who are actually both involved in the high school band. They are in Moody, Texas tonight. So, Izzy and Callum, y'all don't eat too much turkey. And as we appreciate all of those who have logged on, we went over the 800 mark. And be sure to tell all of those people that we still have a half to go.
Yeah, it ain't over.
The Cougars will actually receive the ball to start the second half. So
that's right.
Right there at the end towards the first half, John, the Cougars able to make that long connection about 40 yards down the sidelines. But unfortunately for Cougar fans, that next play, as a result of the pressure from Bryce Steele, and Keaton Cole comes up with the Oski.
Yep, Oski. Let's go the other way, boys.
Jamie and Christy Smith watching from Wagner. And just speaking of my brother Joe, logged in, and three of us watching there in Claremore. So, Joe, I know Gene and Brett are in here, so they may be hollering at you here pretty soon, all 91. Let's see, Bruce Klein, 91 was a good year. Second grade teacher Lori Dutton, second grade Anna Dutton, and me watching from Whitehorn Cove, America. So, got a... and there's my sister, Kelly Kraft.
Hey, Kelly.
Watching from Vian. I guess you're with Jeremy's, and not me, obviously, but her husband, Jeremy, must be some family there in Vian, America. So, Ronald says, yes, John, I do. Nailed it, Newt, Terry, and then me.
Okay. Newt, Terry, and then you. Okay.
Let's see, Tammy Collins and Brian, class of 81 and 83. Oh, boy, watching from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. I'm not sure if I wanted to mention that right now because it's pretty cold here. So.
Yeah, Florida didn't get too chilly.
Jacob Miller logging on, 2011 grad. And Ron and Sarah with Macy and Dusty. I think I forgot to mention Macy and Dusty. Michael Cobb, Michelle watching. Michael's an 82 grad. Michelle's a grad with me. And watching from Wagner. Tristan Collier watching from Dubtown. Tristan, I remember you. I remember you. I remember Seth. Seth actually was involved with Friday Night Bulldogs several years ago. And Tristan, his younger brother, still playing soccer for the Bulldogs. I believe either as a senior or maybe you graduated last year. You have to correct me on that, Tristan. Nina Rivera, the 2013 grad. I believe I remember Nina, a former student of mine. I'm trying to remember if Rivera was your name back then or not. Rocky Mitchell, part of the school teamwork that makes us who we are. I appreciate that. Shout out to the great Wagner band, as I don't think some of them made it, but as you see, it's probably off to the top right-hand part of your screen. Not quite the number that we have been used to, and obviously over this holiday weekend.
But as you see on the opposite side of the field there, I mean, that's the visitor stands, and 98% full except for the band that slipped off to get concessions.
Yeah. Third quarter, halftime, especially when they don't have to perform.
Right.
Halftime and third quarter traditionally is their time off.
Their break time. That's right.
So Tristan, okay, so senior, you got this year to show off his soccer skills. Brandon Barnes, 98, big old metropolis of Oaks, Oklahoma. All right. Larry and Rebecca watching in the car on 169.
How about that?
So
I love that.
Larry came and picked up some FNB gear. We talked about this 4 or 5 games ago, but I think we were having trouble with audio. Might have been in that Cleveland game, but anyway, I asked Larry. I said, "So, do you have some family here?" And he's like, "We just love Bulldog football."
How about that?
Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, Rebecca, you're getting to watch, and Larry's just listening.
Right, yeah. Focus on what's in front of you, not on the road.
Rachel Kiley,
deer on the move.
Cantrell, the Cantrell family watching from Wagner, says Noah Cantrell is number 14 on the team. Okay, 1-4. Nina. All right. I definitely remember. You. I just, a lot of students run through my head in the last 25 years. So, Robert Bruce, Missy Crow, 87. Rob Bruce of 88. Toppers America. Well, Rob Bruce graduated with my older brother Glenn, with the younger brother Scott Bruce, and his daughter Caitlin Bruce, Miss Bruce.
I remember Robbie Bruce and Scott Bruce.
She is a teacher for us at Wagner Middle School in her first year.
That's right.
Sonia Hardcastle, Sonia, classmate of mine, says her niece Bella here with the band. So we got at least one person in the band that's here.
Right on.
Again, it's pretty thin, but we know a lot of them, they may have been playing, they probably took their instrument with them wherever they went and playing the fight song for family at home where they're in this Thanksgiving weekend. So, Dina Deal, okay, Blanchard is up 14-7 in the third quarter.
So they went for 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it was 7-6.
7-6 at halftime. So scored that touchdown, went for 2.
Got it.
Be up 14-7. The McAdoo family checking in from Wagner. Adam McAdoo and family. Thanks for logging on. And so Bucky says he could definitely tell some wild stories of his brothers and him back in school. Bucky, I think I could probably tell a few wild stories about you in school. He's a few years ahead of me, but old Bucky. Fred Ingram. Yes, that is true, and I'll come back to that. David and Jordan Gilstrap says, we love you, Robbie Gilstrap. I believe Coach Gilstrap, is, down on the sidelines, coming in as his first year, I believe, as the Bulldog defensive coordinator.
He came from Adair, I think.
Yep, at least up north, just a few miles down the road.
Got his daughter Gracie in my class.
Okay, and right now his Bulldog defense is pitching the shutout.
Yeah, I love it. They're doing really well. And we're able to get two turnovers, which is positive, and especially in playoffs.
Jason Holcomb, a classmate of mine, him and his family watching tonight. Let's see who else we haven't mentioned. I want to try to mention as many as we can. Paul Wilkinson, finally here from Whitehorn Cove, and you missed the first half, but we're awaiting the second half as the Cougars are not on the field yet. Bulldogs are out and stretching, and the Cougars, as the cowbells you may hear in the background coming, as they are walking out of the field house right now. Again, I want to remind everyone, John, that the Cougars are getting the first half kick.
Right. Yes, they will field the ball here in the second half as they taking the field, and the cowbells are ringing.
Jordan Bailey, I believe, watching from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
And although he is rooting for the Cougars, we're still gonna welcome him and let him watch, as Kazakhstan, we have not had that country. So Jordan, I hope you're not fibbing to us, but we appreciate you logging on. Cornelius Grayson, Old corn dog. Bulldog for life. Toya, Brian Bean in East Moline, Illinois. Brian, I believe, graduated with my oldest daughter in 2018. And Toya, his mom. Thank you guys for logging on. Don Yates, Don West Yates, class of...
Hey, Don West.
He said 300 BC, checking in from shuffleboard game.
You're not that old. You're just a couple years ahead of me.
Well, I believe that might be Don Sr.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got Don Yates. He was principal when I was at Ellington.
Yep.
And then his son, Don West, is a softball coach in Owasso. Okay, then his other son, John Ed, is last I knew was coaching at Berry Hill.
I believe you're right.
If I remember right.
So, Saray Davis watching from home in Wagner. Texas says Texas is beating Texas Tech 23-7 for those of you interested in that game. Kendra Williams.
Texas 23, Texas Tech 7?
Yes.
All right.
We are still about a minute away from the second half kickoff. David Zachary watching from Hartford, Arkansas. And make sure everyone knows that we are here. And want to give a shout out to my family listening and watching from Inola, America. There's 6 of us. There's Charlie and Lana, Chad, Jenny, Isaiah, and Kaylee Burns.
Welcome all.
And it seems like everything is going great at home. We appreciate everyone that's logged on. We're over 700 right now as we get close to the second half action.
David Zachary, is that David Zachary whose dad was Punky Zachary? I need to know that. I remember playing front yard football with you and Jeff Porter. Who else? There's a couple other of us. We played. We always simulated OU games. That's you, David Zachary.
So looks like Brenda jumped in, and Don West said that John Ed is in Inola now.
Inola now, okay.
So, and
well, when you coach, you move around every once in a while.
Yep.
Gotta.
Nicole Brinsfield watching from Shakota, supporting cousins Dale and Austin Condit.
Awesome.
Wildcats cheering for the Dogs tonight. So cousins coach father and son Austin. Heather Hart, Chris Lancaster.
Chris Lancaster
is a Bulldog back in the day. And here's a high kick fielded at the 35 as it has been the last several times.
Yeah, Logan knows where to put the ball.
Yep.
Consistent.
Yes.
I bet he's a heck of a golfer with a wedge. I bet he can stick it from 125 yards.
Rocky Mitchell said yes, Punky's son.
How about that?
Scott Huggins, all right. Scott Huggins.
Huggy Bear.
That name?
Yep, Scott Huggins. He's a big Chicago Cubs fan, if you didn't know that. Go Cubbies.
Chris Lancaster said Coach Jess Page is smiling down on this game tonight.
Yeah, Dad was fortunate enough to see 3 of Wagner's state championship
There's
titles.
a little tight end dump for the Cougars across the 45. Sorry to cut you off there,
That's
John.
Okay.
But, we saw this last week on the Wagner side as you were talking about the little tight end dump.
Yep.
And the Cougars found something there.
Yeah, they just found a little hole. It's usually pretty effective. That tight end's going to come out as he took a shot down around the knees. But he got a helmet on the shin or helmet on the knee bone.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. This, the second play of the drive to open up the second half.
Oh!
There's a post route that looked like Keaton Cole jumped and was looking for a pick.
Yeah, that was a dart. He threw it hard down and low. And nobody was able to get a hand on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line as the Cougars try to put something together and try to claw their way back into this game. Here's a handoff straight up the middle across the 50 into Bulldog territory. Strong run by the tailback.
He was able to drag about 2 Bulldogs with him and pick up about 7 on the play over the left side of the line of scrimmage into Bulldog territory.
And John, comments rolling in about your dad, Jess. He said, Justin James, former coach of the Bulldogs, said that Jess was one of the first guys that he met and welcomed him.
Awesome.
Here are the Cougars trying to get to the outside, and they're going to spot him short.
Yeah, he's about a foot short.
Yeah.
Maybe half foot.
Going to spot him short of the 44-yard line.
Oh,
they're going to go ahead and give him. All right, so okay. I guess it was the left foot this time instead of the right.
Yeah, left foot on this side. Yeah, it was right on the down marker. We're sitting. I'm on it. I'm on the 49-yard line. So yeah, he got it.
Kara and Craig Burris watching from Wagner. Christina Hunt watching her nephew Trace Thornton, and Jaden Bloxham watching his little brother Logan Bloxham tonight.
Yeah, got to have that brotherly love.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from the Bulldog 44. Here's the quarterback keeping it, and either way on that one, even if he handed off, it was blown up. It
was defended both ways. If the quarterback kept it, we had him. If he handed off, we had him. So yeah, both directions. The Bulldog defense stepped up, made the stop for loss on the play. Job defense.
Okay, so Shelly Vega, Tom and Elaine Mitchell posting for her parents watching from Mogi. Dad is a 65 Wagner grad, and Sherry Condit's dad.
Yes. So, yep, I knew he was from that area.
And here's the quarterback from the shotgun, looking to his right, now rolls right.
Catch made.
Oh, nice move by number 2.
Close! We got it!
Bulldogs pick it up. That's Chris Edwards down the sidelines, and he is into Cougar territory. Yes. John, I'm going to watch the replay here as Edwards went down to the ground for the ball, and we're going to see if
he stripped it out. Picked it up.
Yeah, he's on his feet when he picks up that ball. And so he gets the return into Cougar territory.
Another turnover.
And John, the turnovers are killing the Cougars.
Now that's 3 now for Ada, as Wagner has converted on at least 2 of those for points. And now we got the ball on the Ada 45-yard line. Looking to march down the field.
So that is the 3rd turnover of the game for the Wagner defense. Wagner, 1st and 10. Here's Charbonneau. A post to Edwards. Edwards fighting for yardage across the 40 to about the 38-yard line. John, I did not get who stripped that ball loose there.
I wasn't exactly sure. It was across the field. I was there was 2 or 3 Bulldogs in on the play. Somebody got in there, got a paw in there, and ripped it out.
I was looking more for if Edwards still had his knee on the ground when he went down to get the fumble. So I want to remind everyone that at home, you guys are about 7 or 8 seconds later than what we are here live, and so we're actually able to see a replay here. Here's Charbonneau over the left side, and he is cut down at about the 38-yard line.
Maybe a yard.
And as one of our Friday Night Bulldog fans told us a couple of weeks ago, if they want their own replay, they just drag that red button at the bottom, drag it back a little bit, and they can watch it as many times as they want.
Click that red bar and drag it back. Yep. You got the benefits of technology. All right, we got it out. Looks like about a 3rd and a long 3 for the Bulldogs.
From the 38. The first drive of the second half for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau flings it over to Goodland, and nice. Oh!
Incomplete.
Okay.
He didn't have it long enough.
Nice pursuit, nice coverage by the Cougar defense.
Let's go for it, Coach Condit. Let's go for it.
I think they are. I think there's 21. No doubt that they're going to.
We're up 21. We're in their territory.
Going to try to put the foot on the throat right here, and I don't even think there's any hesitation, John.
No, I love the call. I mean, we're up 21-0. You win this game, you go to the state championship, and of course, the goal is not to get to the state championship. The goal is to win it and defend the title. But we got to get there one game at a time. We got 13 minutes left. Here we go.
They need to get just shy of the 35 for first down yardage. 4th and 3 for Charbonneau from the shotgun. It's Goodland and Edward in the background, and the Bulldogs are going to let the clock run down and take a timeout. And it looks like they might be putting the punt team back on the field.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to line up and see what they did. Sometimes you want to match up offense against defense, and if you've got the play call for that defense, then you go with it. We took the delay game.
Yeah, we took the delay, saved the timeout, took the delay of game penalty, so that'll back us up 5, give Edwards, the punter, a little bit more room to work with as he punts it away. I really thought we would go for it here, but a little bit of a high snap, but no problem for Edwards. He's an end-over-end kick, and that is going to go inside the 5-yard line to the 4. Very effective punt for Edwards. Might have been a little ugly, but that doesn't matter when it gets inside the 5.
Yeah, it's like golf sometimes. You get a par, it doesn't matter how you did it. You got it done. So I got a player down for Ada at midfield, number 3. I don't have a roster for them, but we hope he's okay.
I think he was the receiver, maybe, that made that big catch right before halftime. I can't.
Yeah, it was a single digit
maybe
number, number 2 or 3 or 8.
So Shelly Vega watching from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yes.
So she was commenting about Sherry's parents,
right?
But she's actually watching from New Mexico, and I don't believe that is a state we have either.
I don't remember seeing that marked on the map.
I believe that puts us at 40. Nice. 40 states, 40 out of the 50 states. That's unbelievable. So
I believe it.
Riley went back and watched the fumble recovery from Riley Frost, who's a Wagner grad. Went back and watched that. He said DJ Pierce was the one that stripped the ball away.
Oh.
So appreciate that, Riley, and give credit to DJ Pierce, as we've had several of his family comment on our YouTube channel saying that they're watching grandson and nephew, I believe. So DJ Pierce creating the 3rd turnover, and John, as the Cougars just every time they try to get something to go, the Bulldog defense just shuts it down.
Right. Yeah, it's the bend but don't break defense, and it's worked well. We've pitched a shutout thus far as number 3 comes off for Ada. We just hope that he's all right and able to recover. Never want anybody injured or hurt during a ball game, but it is a contact sport. It does happen.
Cougars, 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. The score remains the same as it was at half, 21-0. We've got a flag come in.
False start.
That'll be half the distance to the goal for the Cougars. Ball will be placed at probably just outside the 2-yard line, or outside the 2-yard line. For now, a 1st and 12 and a half.
Jeremy, when you're the defense like this, and you see the ball backed up to the end zone, and your defensive lineman, your mouth starts watering because you think, we're going to get a safety.
Yeah.
We're going to get a safety.
And they got pretty close to it on that one. As they lost an hour and a half. How about a yard and a half?
Well, we get all these people watching from different time zones. So
there you go.
You get the time delay. You're like,
there you go. I think the ball is inside the 1.
Yeah, it's right inside the 1.
Yeah. So you're right. The defense wanting that safety. And here's the throw, the post route. And was that Pierce hitting the quarterback?
Yeah, number 20. Yep, coming from the left side. Yeah, they were blitzing him. They were sending him. He had the green light to go get the quarterback.
Robbie Hancock, class of 87.
Sarge!
I knew you would that name. Watching from Olathe, Colorado.
I had a feeling he would be in Colorado. He's an outdoors guy.
Amber Mathis, watching her nephew, Avon Goodland from Warner.
Hey, Robbie Hancock, Brett Patel and I still tell stories about you, if that's okay.
Here's a draw play for the Cougars on a 3rd and 14, and just trying to get them a little breathing room to get this punt off.
Yeah, the punter will be at the back of the end zone here, because usually they're 12 yards deep. So with the ball being on looks like about the 5-yard line, he'll have his heels a couple yards inside the back of the end zone.
DeMario McNatt, class of 08. Mackenzie, yes, Mr. H is here. Mackenzie Trotter, middle school student. Wondering if Mr. H, as they call him at school, is behind the camera, and he is. Garrett Haddock, as he has been all season long. And appreciate the work that he has done over this season. That punt dies at about the 38-yard line, and Wagner with their best field position of the game.
Yeah, this games are sometimes about field position. We're winning the turnover battle tonight as we've got 3, so hence us up 21-0 because we've been able to convert those into points.
And here is Mattson Swanson.
Got a hole.
Gets through a crease. I believe that's Swanson. And Mattson Swanson getting his name called on the end around.
He picked up about 14 or 15.
Gets to the 21-yard line as the Bulldogs look to pull ahead by 4 scores if they're able to punch it in. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. First and 10 Wagner from the Cougar 22-yard line.
I think we fake the pump right and then go back to Edwards at the top of your screen.
All right, let's see. Oh, Charbonneau straight up the middle, and he's carrying Cougars with him. Finally cut down as he crosses the 15-yard line. And had that Cougar not come in and cut him down, I think he drags the rest of them to the end zone.
And normally, Jeremy, on defense, I always say, maybe a host of Bulldogs on the tackle, but I'm going to say a host of Cougars trying to bring down Kel Charbonneau there and just they were struggling to get him down as he picked up 8 on first down.
So the Bulldogs have the ball first and 10 on the Cougar 14-yard line. Sorry, 2nd and 2 from the Cougar 14-yard line. Here's Trenton Edward over the left side.
Get in there.
Secondary, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Yes.
Number 16, Trenton Edward from 14 yards away, and the Bulldogs are pulling away from the Cougars.
Good job, Dogs. Great job by the offensive line there on the left side. They stuck with their blocks and were able to get Mr. Edwards a hole and take it in for the touchdown. 26, I'm sorry. Yeah, 27.
Logan blocks them, trying to make it 4 for 4 for extra points here at SNU Crimson Storm Stadium. Cole, the snapper. Swanson, the holder. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is true. Wagner Bulldogs 28, the Ada Cougars 0. Dean McClure watching from Claremore, 1974 grad.
Hey, Dean.
Mike and Judy Parrish, classes of 65 and 66, watching from Broken Arrow. So, Mike or Judy, you guys may... one of you graduated with my mom, who would have been then Sue Cooper. If you guys are Wagner grads, John, the classes back then weren't quite the size that they are now.
I think my class was, 137, something like that. I don't remember exactly. My wife's class, she went to a small school up northeastern of Oklahoma Welch. I think she graduated with 23 or something like that.
Ron and Christy Wilson watching from Chico, Texas.
I've never been to Chico, Texas. I've been to Lukenbach, Texas.
Lukenbach, all right. Willie and Waylon and
the boys. Yes. All right, Jeremy, let's play some bets here. Logan blocks. I'm going to kick off. I'm looking at about the 35-yard line.
Is that number 12 standing there on the 30? Mm-hmm. He may have to take 2 steps.
2 steps forward.
And let's see. Oh, he took 1 step back, but then went back to where he was.
Yep. Man, that guy's Mr. Consistent. He places the ball. I mean, he needs to be a golfer. From 100 yards in, he's going to be deadly. He probably does play golf. I'll have to find that out.
So, John, Connie Taylor Mercury said that her brother Pete was a wide receiver and Gary Allison was the quarterback in 74-75 under your dad.
How about that? That's awesome.
So, Michelle, I see, I want to take that 2XL hoodie. I'll put your name on it. And I've got a few other shirts left over after this play. Come back to that. Here's number 3 over the right side. And we got a few cowbells still sounding, but not quite as many as there was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, we've quieted them down a little bit. We've muffled the cowbell just a little bit with being up 28. So there's still 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Anything can happen, but I'm feeling good about our Bulldog defense. Offense has been moving the ball, been able to convert turnovers. That ball's incomplete over the right side, went through the receiver's hands. Unable to squeeze that one in. So to bring up third down and about 7.5 for the Ada Cougar offense.
4:58 left in this third quarter. The Cougars looking for something, anything, to get back into this game. Quarterback from the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Looking downfield, and that's intercepted. Charbonneau with the interception.
What's he going to do?
And he is across the 30 to about the 26-yard line. We got a late flag come in. This is probably going to be some type of unsportsmanlike, as the head referee threw it, and there was only one Wagner guy and one Cougar guy. So
I think it was Shield Night, maybe. He was one of the last ones to walk away from that area, and if I know him, he's aggressive. So he was probably trying to lay the wood on somebody.
Personal foul is the call against Wagner. Post-possession, as the Bulldogs come up with the 4th turnover of the game.
Nice. Defense wins championships.
So, all right, Adam, let me catch up with you as they mark off the penalty. Got Adam Miller. Okay, so I think they're probably all watching together. The Miller family and the Brown family have joined forces as the kids. Daniel Brown and Sarah Miller. Been married for several years now, but they're all together. Adam Miller, 85. Beth Brown, 75.
David Miller, 87.
Okay, well, let's see what we get here. Debbie Miller, 64. Becky Crocker, 62. David Miller, there you go, 87.
I remember Dave.
Christy Van Brunt, 91. Luke Miller, 97. Daniel Brown, there's the Daniel I was talking about, 2012. Amy Brown, his older sister, at 09, as Goodland takes the jet sweep over the left side.
Got a flag down.
Flag coming in, probably usually a holding call.
Yep. Yeah, if it's from a head referee in the back, yeah, most likely holding.
Sarah Miller Brown, 13, and then Hannah Miller Pollard, Hannah, the younger sister of Sarah, all watching from either the Brown or the Miller house tonight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 more viewers as we got to about 8:10, somewhere around there.
I think I saw 8:16.
8:16. Yeah. And even if we just multiplied that by 2, that's well over 1,600 viewers at the same time. That ball or that penalty will go against Wagner. It looks like it's pretty sizable. Back to the looks like a 15-yarder. Sorry, wasn't paying attention to the signal there, but that ball will be marked back at the Bulldog side of the 50 at the 42-yard line. We got first and a whole bunch with 4:37 left in this third quarter. Quarterback is still Charbonneau after that interception. And here's Charbonneau on a post route to Edwards. Edwards back into Cougar territory as Edwards has been busy tonight on the receiving route. The Bulldogs to the 47-yard line of the Cougars. Get some of that penalty yardage back.
I think he got about 12 there.
Okay.
And I don't know if he's caught every pass that's been thrown to him, but he's caught a high percentage of them. Yeah, he's able to get those big paws on the ball and squeeze it in and make positive yardage. Just good frame.
2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs.
Oh, we jumped. Left side. Guard and tackle on the left side left before the ball was snapped. Dadgummit. Oh, my apologies.
Okay. We jumped or they jumped.
They crossed. Okay. They came off sides. Didn't see that. All right, we'll take that. We'll take +5.
Sorry, we got a little inside joke going on here. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. The ball at the 42-yard line of the Cougars. 3:25 left in the third quarter. Charbonneau over the right side. Charbonneau into the secondary. Inside the 5. And he started running out of gas at about the 15-yard line, and then he decided, you know what, I'll slow up and try to bull my way through.
Yeah. Yeah, big hole over the right side. He knew what to do with the ball, and you're exactly right, Jeremy. He's tired because he plays both ways. He plays everything but special teams. So he's on the field, 90% of the ball game. But great run by Kel Charbonneau over the right side on the quarterback keeper.
3-yard line of the Cougars for the Bulldogs on a 1st and goal as they try to make it 5 scores in the 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Here is number 21, Tayshawn Williams, calling his name for the first time, and he is just short of that goal line.
He's on the 1-foot line, if you have a 1-foot line.
The nose of the ball probably just shy of the goal line. It is definitely inside the 1. And need that goal pylon camera.
Now, if you're an OSU fan, this would be where Thurman Thomas, you'd hand the ball off to Thurman Thomas, and Thurman Thomas would leap all over the whole line of scrimmage and score a touchdown. But we're going to go with the old QB sneak. And as they unpile this, I have a feeling we're in. Oh, yeah.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I never get tired of that, Jeremy. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
2:23 left in this third quarter.
Fight song. I hear the fight song.
Yep. Bulldog band that was able to make it tonight playing the Bulldog fight song.
Never get tired of it. Love it, love it, love it.
Blocks them with the extra point to try to make it 5 for 5. Kick is up right through the middle. Wagner Bulldogs 35, Ada Cougars 0. And John, we have not been able to really, especially towards the end of the season, we have not been able to necessarily interact as much with the fans as we have this game, and especially since we're in the semifinals.
That's right.
Because for the Friday Night Bulldog faithful know that once the game starts getting out of hand, we tend to veer off a little bit,
right,
and not talk quite as much football as we do other things. And those that have been with us even the past few years, but definitely throughout the season and over the 15-year anniversary this year, 15 seasons of FNB, those faithful know that we do tend to veer off of football when the game gets out of hand.
Yep. All right, Garrick Haddock, where's it going? He's got the camera almost auto-tuned to watch this kick.
And a little bit deeper this time. This is going to actually be returned by the Cougars to about where it usually gets caught.
That's right.
It's been fair caught at the 35 probably the last 4 or 5 times.
And this is where they're going to start.
This time it was caught at the 30 and returned at about the 35.
Yeah. Maybe 6, 5.5. Give him 6. We'll round up. All right, Bulldog defense. You got 4 turnovers tonight. You got a shutout. You can pitch in the shutout. Keep it up. Don't let up.
2:18 left in this third quarter. And with as many scores as has been and turnovers, this third quarter has lasted quite a bit.
That's right.
Quite a time here.
And there's not even been any television timeouts for the media.
Cougars get to the 45-yard line. And if those of you who follow our Facebook page, I'm going to, I said I was going to do this earlier in the year, but be very appropriate, as I think it's pretty safe to say as we get close to the fourth quarter here that the Bulldogs will move on to the state championship game. And some may say, Jeremy, it's the third quarter. Well, with the way the Bulldogs defense has swarmed tonight, creating all kinds of turnovers, I think it's pretty safe to say that we will be moving on to the state championship game. And besides, I'm not superstitious anyway. So
I am not superstitious.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 47. And
stuffed.
Looked like number 75, Big Dex Griffin, was there first, and then Shield Knight and Davis there to clean up.
Yeah, for a loss on the play. We got across the ball there. Aggressive defensive line, shucked his block, and been able to make the stick for a loss of 1.
Michael Cobb said wrestling starts in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, the loser goes home. You got to hang the cleats up. So a lot at stake here is in the semifinals.
2nd and 11 from just outside the 45.
Oh, righty.
That ball sails high, and Edwards looking for something similar than what Deron Bland did last night for the Cowboys. If you know me, I'm a big Cowboys fan. Not necessarily so much now, but more of the Tom Landry years, but I still keep up with them a little bit. Deron Bland, I think for the 5th pick 6 of the season.
Oh, I think that set a record. Yeah, I remember seeing he set a record with that.
Charbonneau trying to do his best to get a pick 6. Here is a pitch and catch.
Oh.
And that ball's on the ground. Was that Coleman or Steele?
Woo.
Coleman or Steele coming in
and
making that hit. I'm going to watch it as the same time as those at home are watching it.
Yeah, he jarred it loose.
Try to get who that was. And boom. That is that Pierce? I think that was DJ Pierce.
Yeah, it came in with a big hit. Knocked the ball loose.
Yep.
So let's bring up 4th down in. Looks like about 3 for the Ada Cougars as they're in Bulldog territory now.
You got to go for it. Got to go for it with
they're gonna push,
18 seconds.
They're going to push it on the clock. 5 seconds on the play clock.
4th and 3. Oh, and the Bulldogs jump off sides, and we'll give them that first down. But
that DJ, he wanted to get in there.
Well, he was mad because he didn't get that fumble recovery. Yeah. He jarred the ball loose and weren't able to get the teammates weren't able to get that fumble. So he was going to try to get it this time. But the 5-yard penalty will give the Cougars a first down on the Bulldog 41-yard line. Cortez, you just need to go on, eat some more turkey. Don't be ragging on the Cowboys.
Shield Knight and number 58 are a little tussle after the play, so we'll see what's going on.
James Clayton reporting Blanchard 26, Poto 14.
How about that?
So it'll be very interesting if that score remains the same. The score remains the same here in Bethany, that you will have Wagner and Blanchard with a possible rematch of the 2018, I believe. Blanchard Lions were the ones that ended the 48 straight streak of the Bulldogs. I believe
I didn't know that.
Quarterfinal action that year. Blanchard came to Wagner and beat Wagner to end that 48 game win streak. And as we come to the end of the third quarter, Wagner 35, Wagner 0, and
8-0.
8-0.
There we go.
So
throw those fours up, Bulldogs.
So we will await the results of that game with possible Wagner-Blanchard rematch. Again, I think it was 2018.
Okay.
But we will wait until that's official.
We're going to sort out this penalty on the field. We had a Wagner player and a Ada player involved in a little after the play. I wouldn't say scuffle, but just a little extracurricular activity.
Okay. So it might be a good come on here. I'm sorry. Might be a good idea, good timing to read. How about this one? Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. At today's game, everyone's behavior should be characterized by generosity and genuine concern for others. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility, so do the right thing. I'm sure they're just down there talking about what kind of leftovers they're going to have when they get home. As the Cougars have a 2nd and 7 from the Bulldog 37 as we start this fourth quarter. Quarterback looking way downfield.
He's got a man. He's got a man.
He makes a score. Touchdown, Cougars.
No more shutout.
Number 8. And we talked about him just a couple of drives ago. I believe he was the one down the sidelines that made the long catch right before the first half ended. This time, it's in for the score. Touchdown, Cougars.
Yeah, that was a great play call there. As he had the Wagner defender beat down the sidelines, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money, and he caught it and was able to take it in for Ada Cougars touchdown, 6 points.
And it looks like they are going to go for 2. And no. Okay.
They were man short.
Man short as they line up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And here comes a flag flying in. And we will see what happens as the referees have a conference. We'll await their call. 11:54. As the Cougars get on the board. $35-7 is the score. Extra point is good. Personal foul against the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs maybe a little mad that the Cougars ended
the
shutout.
Yeah, that's a little tough, but I mean, when you've got two good teams, sometimes they're going to score. Well, Cougars finally get on the board with 11:54 left in the fourth quarter, so it didn't take them long to score there.
So with the penalty, John, be an excellent opportunity for the Cougars to go on sides.
It would.
Even if they weren't in dire straits.
Right, yeah.
As they will kick from the Bulldog 45-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. They'll set up for an onside kick, and Coach Condit knows that's coming. He'll get what's called the hands team usually in there. More of your receivers and backs are used to handling the football.
Let's see, Cole, Garcia, Steele, Davis, and at the bottom of that front line is Javon Smith on that front line. It looks like they're going to go to the bottom of your screen with the...
Let it go out of bounds.
And it does go out of bounds. Well, Wagner took a timeout as we were expecting the onside kick, and it looked like maybe we didn't have the personnel there for it. So they take a timeout with 11:54 in the ball game.
Well, if that would have stood up, that would have given us the ball at the 35-yard line in pretty good field position. With Ada kicking off from the 45, so it had only been a net 10 yards kick for them. But it looks like Bulldogs called timeout right before the kick. Because maybe we didn't have the right personnel and not lined up right, or just wanted to talk about it and reaffirm everybody that they could be going onside here as they're down 35-7. We need, 4 more scores to even it back up. So we swapped out a couple people here on the front line.
Sure did. Looks like it's DJ Pierce now at the bottom of your screen of that front line.
Yeah, 62 came out. We had him.
Okay. Yep.
Now we got number 9, which is
that's McFarland. Bo
McFarland. Yep, sure-handed. So yeah, this is a true hands team. You got backs and receivers in here. They're used to handling the ball. So
interesting that the Bulldogs think that they're still going to come down to this side, as those are the 2 players, and looks like they are. And here's the onside kick attempt, and number 9, Bo McFarland.
No, they called it.
So
it should be a penalty on Ada.
Okay. Yeah. Pierce able to come down with the ball, and
we fielded the ball.
But
Bo McFarland took the brunt of the hit there, and so they threw a late flag.
I think Pierce actually took the ball and fell to the ground. Right. McFarland's still standing and takes the hit.
Takes the hit. And from what rules read, I mean, that's legal unless they're going to call it targeting.
And they are going to, is that an interference call, I think is what he put?
Yeah, he just kind of extended the hands out.
So the onside kick had to go 10 yards. It hung in the air at about 9 yards, and Pierce wisely just takes it to the ground. And then at least they talked about it, a 15-yard penalty. And here they go now marking it off. Personal foul, interference. Interfering with the catch, I guess. So the ball will be placed at the Cougar 49-yard line. 1st and 10. John, I think we're going to see a big dose of Kel Charbonneau.
Right, yeah, we're definitely going to run the ball and milk that clock.
This is Trenton Edward. Edward squirting through across the 45, and the Bulldogs pushing forward to about the 42-yard line.
That's 7.
And I not thinking that we're going to see a whole lot of passing now.
No, we should just run. We should just run the ball, get our first downs, eat up that clock, time of possession, keep the ball out of their hands, and we want to go 1-0 this week. We just want to go 1-0. We get 1-0, we advance to the state championship game to defend the title.
Edward picks up 6 to the 43, 2nd and 4. Goodland on the jet sweep. Cuts it back to the inside and slung down at the 40-yard line as Goodland gets near first down yardage.
No face mask, okay.
And the most important thing here is the clock continues to run as we're under 11 minutes now.
That way he went down with his head first. I thought they for sure grabbed the face mask, but I guess not. Just an aggressive tackle. So I'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Wagner offense. Need to convert on this and keep that clock moving.
3rd and 1 from the Cougar 40. Keaton Cole lined out wide to the bottom of your screen. That's Goodland in motion. Trenton Edward on the handoff. First down yardage and more as he crosses the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Late flag.
And here comes another flag in. And
from the referee, from that back side after the play was over. I mean, they'd already whistled it dead.
So
not sure what he saw.
It will be a 15-yard variety of post-play and unsportsmanlike against the Cougars.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul usually. I mean, you're down 35-7 in the fourth quarter. You're in the state semifinal game. You're doing your best to hold the Bulldogs, keep from scoring, and you get a little frustrated and commit a foul, that frustration foul, and it ends up being 15 yards for the Bulldogs.
I give a shout out to a classmate of mine, Brooks Piggott, watching from Austin, Texas. Brooks, hope you and your family are doing well. Good to hear from you. And logging on to watch some Bulldogs take it to the Cougars in this semifinal action of 4A football. The ball is placed at the 19 of the Cougars, 1st and 10, and snap probably with 5 seconds or less. And here is Tayshawn Williams across the 15 to the 14-yard line. And the Bulldogs are just going to keep this clock turning.
And Jeremy, what I love seeing about the offensive line as the game progresses here late into the fourth quarter is that they're still staying hooked up with their blocks and they're getting pancakes. I mean, I see Ada Cougars laying on the ground getting up off their backs, and that means that the lineman has pancaked them. For those who don't know that, means they put them flat on their back. That's a pancake block. So.
To the bottom of your screen is Whit Edwards and Trace Thornton. Charbonneau and Williams in the backfield. Here's Thornton. Thornton on the end around, cuts it back to the middle of the field, and he is to the 5-yard line. Trace Thornton with his first opportunity on offense.
Yeah, it looked good running the ball there over the right side. He took the jet sweep and picked up a first down, so that'll bring up first down and goal for the Bulldogs on the 6. As the chain gang lays the 10-yard chain down and just goes with the down marker. When you're inside the 10, you don't need those down markers any longer, so they'll get a little break.
First and goal from the 6.
I have a feeling we're going to go run in between the tackles.
Yep. Charbonneau over the left side. Maybe Williams. Here's Goodland in motion. That is Williams. Over the left side.
Quick, but still got a 2-3.
Yeah. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, and looks like they're going to be to the 4-yard line as the Bulldogs will have a second and goal from the 4. When the ball is snapped, we will be at the 8-minute mark in this fourth quarter. And here's
another
a flag.
False start.
7:56 with this clock stopped. Krause's Rebecca said that her and Larry made it home safely, but she didn't make it easy as she was getting excited and Larry wasn't able to see as he was driving. So glad you guys made it home. And 736 current viewers right now. The total views is nearing 3,400.
3.3K over. Almost 3.4K.
Here's Goodland on the end around. Looking for the end zone.
Touchdown! Bulldogs!
Number 10, Avon Goodland on the end around, jet sweep, whichever way you want to call it. And if there was any doubt with the Bulldogs as far as the Cougars' last touchdown, I think they answered there to say, we got this.
Yep. Yeah, I remember a few years back, Wagner has a goal or a slogan that they go by every year. And one of the years was leave no doubt. So, yeah, we're leaving no doubt tonight. And then last year's was get it back, and we got it back. So the slogans are pretty appropriate for the seasons.
How about number 23, the true freshman, Rhett Butler, going to step in for extra point duties. That kick is up, and it is good. Rhett Butler, 1 for 1 tonight for the extra
points. He's going to get his name in the paper on the PAT tonight. Rhett Butler won.
Logan Bloxham going for 5 for 5 tonight with extra point duties, and yells Rhett's number, tells Rhett, hey, you take this one. So, Aubrey Richardson, class of 09. Thanks for logging on, Aubrey. I hope you're doing well. Aubrey, a former student. Darrell Parker, I appreciate that. 26-14 final, Blanchard over Poto.
Blanchard Lions advance to the state championship, so they'll be awaiting the winner of this game, which should be the Bulldogs of Wagner, Class 4A defending state champions.
Bucky, I see. Hey, we got it. We got it here. He's not going to call me out. Maybe jinxing ourselves there, talking about Wagner a little left in the third quarter. But the Wagner Bulldogs give up a long play for the touchdown, but answer it back with their own.
Right.
And most importantly, running time off the clock.
Yeah, it had a good drive there down the field. So I think we started on that onside kick. We started about the 40, our own 42, I think.
Yeah.
41 or 42, drove it 60,
help
58 yards.
And got help with that 15-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And Butler puts it right about where Bloxham's been putting it.
Well coached.
Bloxham,
37.
Bloxham coaching his protege up really well, laying it in there with no return as the clock reads 7:30 left in this contest.
And Jeremy, back in the old days, the football stripe that's on each end of the football used to go all the way around the football. Then when you would kick those balls just like that and put it high, you would kick the lower stripe.
Okay.
So the stripe that's closest to the ground, that's what you tried to kick to elevate the ball high. So you just kick it on the stripe. And now the ball is only half striped, so you don't get to see the back half of the stripe. You only see the front
Smith
half.
With an aggressive tackle as he pursues the Cougar. And Christy, I'm not sure. Mason wants to know if be able to get out of school early on Thursday. That's probably yes. If we were to go through on history part of it, and the game will actually be at 7. It's a solid 2-hour drive, and that would, we
get out of school at 3:45.
3:45. That's really pressing it
school.
if you're trying to get something to eat and packed up and ready. So. I don't want to speak for anyone, but if we were to talk about history, we may see us getting out around 2:30, maybe somewhere around that. But don't quote me on that, Mason. Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote.
Randy Easterling checking in from
California. No, Seattle?
Seattle.
Okay.
Checking in from Seattle.
I knew he was West
visiting
Coast.
his daughter.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, he lives in
Thanksgiving.
California, but now he's Washington. Okay.
3rd and 7 for the Cougars. And
he's
here's
wide
the
open.
route. He makes the catch, breaks a tackle,
breaks
another tackle,
and another tackle.
And he is still going and gets inside the 30-yard line. And I'll give it to the Cougar fans. They're trying to will their way into these players' bodies.
Yeah, don't give up. Don't ever give up. The game ain't over until that gun sounds. It used to be a gun.
Yep.
Now it's a horn.
A horn.
Yep. So even though 6 minutes may not be enough to score 35 points, I mean, you want to build on enthusiasm for next year and get players some confidence going into the game that, you didn't quit, still played hard. Easy, fellas.
There you go. That's number
3.
25 and 3.
Three's the ball carrier.
Okay, 25, Javon Smith, wisely letting up as he was going out of bounds with the player. Oh, no, that's 35, not 25.
Yeah, I think we've got some second stringers in there getting some action for the Bulldogs.
Number 35, Rylan Whitaker, sophomore linebacker, making that tackle.
Number 61 just entered the game at defensive tackle.
Okay, number 61.
Got pressure on the quarterback, rolls out.
Looking into the end zone, and that ball goes high, and the clock stops at 5:49 left to play in semifinal action. Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship. Let's start now. Good sports are winners, so remember, be a good sport and act properly. Everyone appreciates the good values portrayed by acts of good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility, and as always, do the right thing. Statements from the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association, who sponsor all playoff games for every class. And again, we appreciate the work Van Shea Ivan does in the media relations part of the OSSAA and his timely responses to our request to stream the games.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Van Shea. Number 3, once again, and he's met by a host of Bulldogs as he's stacked up for a 5-yard loss. All right, 4-yard loss. Correction. Good job in there, defensive line. We've got a lot of our backups in here, second stringers, maybe third stringers. Getting some action, getting some playing time in the playoffs. That's always fun when you get to play in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 14
throwback,
for the Cougars. Backside screen
nice
for
job.
number 3. And number 3, his number's sake, I believe, Matson Swanson, pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, he stayed at home there, Jeremy. He wasn't fooled by the misdirection. Stayed at home and was able to ward off the block for a minimal gain there for Ada.
So, John, you mentioned some of the backup players. I mean, how often, if you are on second team or third team, how often do you get to play in a semifinal game?
Not very often. I mean, the competition is usually pretty level, and Ada's brought in a good squad. They've just turned the ball over 4 times tonight, and sometimes that's the bad medicine.
Here's number 3 for the Cougars, who continues to run hard, gets to the 5-yard line, as he has been the workhorse for sure
on this drive.
And throughout the game.
Yeah, he's a little winded. he's doubled over there.
Garrett McKenzie says that Mr. H needs to say something. McKenzie, he said he's good. That's all we can get from him. He's good.
He told his mom he loved her.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Mamas like to hear that.
1st and goal for the Cougars from the 6. Number 3 again, stepping in and out inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. And sorry, we do not have his name, but number 3 running hard for the Cougars. As we hit the 4-minute mark here in Bethany, Oklahoma, semifinal action of 4A state playoffs.
Jeremy, you ever seen the commercial for the Snickers? One of the Snickers commercials, the kid's painting "Go Chiefs" in the end zone, and he leaves out the
I don't guess I've seen
I in Chiefs, and it says "Go Chefs." And he says, "Should have ate a Snickers." I look at the midfield and I see SNU, and I think that should say "Sun," S-U-N, but no, it's SNU.
I don't know
why I thought of that. Yeah,
lightning bolt.
Just reminded me of the Chiefs commercial with the Snickers. Go Chiefs. Should have had a Snickers.
So, Wagner looking to advance to the state championship game. Blanchard from the other side of the bracket has already punched their ticket. Wagner 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from officially punching theirs.
String it out. Good job.
Bulldog defense swarming number 3, the running back.
Good job, defense. Love to see that. Love to see the backups getting in there and making a big stop. We had 4 or 5 guys in on the tackle.
And that's a good point. Talking about when you go far into the playoffs, and really that's what you have to imagine that Wagner's success has also come from the fact of what Anna was talking about. When you go far into the playoffs, it gets a lot of extra minutes. A lot of players get extra time to play, especially when the score gets out of hand. And those freshmen and those sophomores and some of those juniors who may not necessarily have somebody ahead of them right now.
Sacked.
Oh, man. That is number 25, Booby Miles.
Hey.
Javon Smith.
They got him.
And here comes a
personal foul.
An extra as number 56 for the Bulldogs. Took a little extra hit there, I think.
Yeah, they got an offensive lineman giving a little extra shove after the whistle. One of those frustration fouls. But I think the Bulldogs still have more penalty yardage tonight than Ada, even though Ada's had a couple big ones.
And this is going to be a big one here, unsportsmanlike against the Cougars. Number 56, Garen Arnold. But if you're wondering if you can find the name Booby Miles on the roster, you will not. That is a.k.a. Javon Smith, and you'll have to ask him about the nickname Booby Miles, or his uncle Buzz, Mike Miles. And you'll have to ask Mike about Buzz. All right?
Here you go. You got to get a story. There's a story behind every name.
Mike Miles, Javon's uncle from about 02 era. So we are nearing the 2-minute mark, 2:16 officially on the scoreboard as the Cougars take a timeout.
And what a great night for football, great night for the Bulldog Nation as we set ourselves up to move one step closer to the state championship game. And defense has really done it tonight with being able to convert on those 4 turnovers. Offense, it's been good for us.
John, outside of those 2 long passes, one of them going for a touchdown, I'm not sure if the Cougars have gotten maybe over a 10-yard play.
Yeah, just a couple times. Yeah, I remember down here on the sidelines, which you may have mentioned there. But, yeah, the Bulldog defense has played really well. And Ada started off the game playing really good defense because in the first quarter it was 0-0. So in 3 quarters, our Bulldogs have scored 42 points after a 0-0 first quarter.
Bucky, Booby Miles played for the Permian Panthers, but they also played for the Wagner Bulldogs.
Permian, that's Texas.
Yeah,
that's a big 6A powerhouse.
Movie Friday Night Lights.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yep.
Based on true story, though, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Looks like the Bulldogs are going to take over the football here. I guess that was 4th down. I wasn't keeping up.
Yeah.
Garrett?
Must have been.
That was 4th down. Okay. So they were Ada unable to convert on 4th down. So Bulldogs will take over on their own 15-yard line.
Garrett still has to concentrate on the game while we talk about a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it earlier. Sometimes we get to talking about other things. As we're comfortably ahead.
2:08.
We got a new quarterback.
Decaden Ford steps in the lineup as the quarterback and going to take the victory knee with 2 minutes now left officially here in Bethany, Oklahoma.
So 35-second play clock. That's 70, 105.
And the clock continues to run with 140 now. 692 viewers still with us, John.
Still with us with a 35-point lead.
It's been a great night, not only on the field, but in the internet world, as we reached 800 and I think it was 812, somewhere around there, concurrent viewers, which we're now nearing 3,600 total views.
Right.
And I'm not sure if Mr. Erasmus was able to get with us tonight from South Africa. I haven't seen his comment or anything on our Facebook page or our live stream YouTube channel, but he was planning on watching tonight. But Morgan Dumont, he logged in last week, but we had trouble last week. But he came back again this week and went to school in Wagner. And Miss Littlehead, I see Miss Littlehead, former math teacher, Wagner Middle School, now with the Haskell Haymakers.
That's going to do it, Jeremy.
Logging on tonight and watching some game. And the Bulldogs go to the sidelines. It's still 25 seconds to make it official, John, but both teams, and most importantly, John, with a score like this, as far as we know, both teams able to come away with, if there are injuries, minimal injuries.
Yeah, there's some players down on the field, but everybody looks okay. Everybody's walking. So it was nice to see Ada showing appreciation for their team and their hard work.
Yeah.
Here in the fourth quarter, some of their starters were coming off the field. They showed them love and appreciation for the job well done on a successful season as they get to the semifinals of the state playoffs. And Wagner will advance for the second year in a row.
Second year in a row. Again, we want to remind everyone, do not forget, Thursday night.
November 30th.
November 30th. The last day of November, Thursday night at 7. It'll be at the University of Central Oklahoma Stadium in Edmond. It will be the state championship game, Wagoner Bulldogs versus the Blanchard Lions, the rematch. Again, I think it was 2018 as the Lions ended the 48 straight. What was then an Oklahoma school record until the Bigsby Spartans said, not for long.
Yeah, Bigsby has established a powerhouse in football the last few years. So
I think that stood for about 2 years, maybe. I think it was about 2 years, 3 years okay. Maybe.
It seemed like.
And then Bigsby reeled off 58 straight.
58 straight, yeah.
Until their streak was ended, I believe, by Jinx.
Right.
And so that will be the rematch next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Friday Night Bulldogs will be there, but we will not be able to stream video. We're still going to bring the audio. I know a lot of you enjoy, for some reason, John, they enjoy listening to us.
We appreciate that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of love.
We absolutely appreciate that, as most. I'll say most. Maybe not all, but most. And so we will be bringing the audio. And we've actually done this before, and a lot of the Bulldog fans will try to coincide with the video.
Okay.
And sometimes they say it gets pretty close,
right.
And so they're willing to put up with the kind of the lag between the two.
Okay. So the game will be streamed or televised.
It'll be streamed.
We just don't have. We're not doing it.
Right.
We'll do the audio.
They have given us the okay to do the audio.
Awesome. Thank you.
NFHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, they will actually stream the game that you will pay a subscription to. If you've been with Friday Night Bulldogs for any amount of time, you are used to this by now. I'm not sure what the cost is, but you will have to sign up for that to gain access.
I think it's like I want to say it's like $9.99 or $10 maybe.
Okay.
It's not.
I know it has
bad.
been that in the past.
Okay.
I believe somebody said maybe it was $15 last year.
Okay.
Somewhere in that vicinity, and you will be able to watch that game. Unfortunately, John, it won't be you and I and Garrett there, but if you want to watch the video, if you can't make the game, obviously on a Thursday night, might be a little hard for people to make it 2 hours away. So that will go on again next Thursday, 7 p.m. You'll have to sign up for a subscription with NFHS.
Or drive to Edmond and watch the game.
Or drive to Edmond and watch the game. Or if you can't make it and you just want to listen to Friday Night Bulldogs call the game, then you can certainly do that. It'll be the same place on the WPS live stream YouTube channel. But again, it will be audio only.
So it'll just be a black screen?
Just be a black screen.
We put a piece of wallpaper up or something?
There you go. Maybe our FNB map, since we added 2 or 3 states tonight.
Utah, New Mexico.
Yep. So we appreciate every one of you that have logged on at some point tonight, some from the very beginning to the end, and still with us, as there's over 500
still listening in? All right.
And so we thank every one of you for supporting, whether it was tonight or throughout the season, all the highs and the lows. And John, definitely tonight was a high, as sounds like everything was great at home with the video and the audio, and then most importantly, the score on the scoreboard.
Bulldog victory. Yeah, always less stressful when we have no audio or technical difficulties. It seemed like everything went well tonight. Hopefully it went well for you at home. We want to wish both teams safe travels home. Ada, congratulations on a really successful season, on making it this far. You guys have worked hard, and you played hard, didn't give up.
Absolutely.
And when it was able to get 7 points on the board. And Wagoner Bulldogs, we'll see you back home. And as we prepare for the state championship game, which will be on Thursday night.
Miss Leip, Heather Leip, former math teacher at Wagner Middle School. Heather, hope things are going well for you, and had a happy Thanksgiving, as we want to wish all of our FNB fans, the FNB Nation, a happy Thanksgiving weekend. John, I'm not sure what the protocol is for Happy Thanksgiving. I think you're able to say it through the weekend, right?
Yes, yeah. It's Thanksgiving. It's still November. Yeah, as long as there's leftovers in the fridge, it's still Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now, if there's leftovers in the fridge when it comes Christmas time, well, that's a problem.
Yeah, right.
It better be frozen in a Ziploc freezer bag. It better not be sitting in the fridge for 4 weeks.
Gene, I have no idea when the Bulldogs will be back in town. As it is 9:40 now, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to stop.
No, they'll feed them
somewhere.
Quarterback club will feed them.
You're probably looking at an hour there, probably 2.5 hour drive home. So there's 3.5 hours. They're not going to get out of the stadium probably 10:15.
Yeah, I was going to say another 30, 40 minutes.
Hour and 45 takes you to midnight. I'm going to say about 2:45. About 2:30, 2:45, they'll come rolling into town. But I'd probably safe to bet that even if we were off a little bit by 30 minutes or an hour, you're going to know it, because there's probably going to be fireworks that are welcoming the Bulldogs back.
That's pretty cool.
They did come together Thursday night for kind of a team bonding, but also running through some plays, and there were even some fireworks during that last night. So
that's awesome.
That is going to do it here for us. Again, we will, much to our dismay, we will not be able to provide video, but audio for the state championship. We will post that information along with the way that you can subscribe to watch. I'll try to put that on our Facebook page. And we actually had 3 or 4 streams going tonight. Ada had their stream. Mm-hmm. We had our stream. I believe Ada brought their radio station with them, and then I think NFHS was actually streaming tonight, but they have exclusive rights for the state championship game. So therefore, we will not be bringing video, nor will the Blanchard Lions, unless somebody steps in and NFHS says, you know what, guys, we have previous engagements, or something went wrong, something like that. That would be the only way that we would be able to bring video. So that is going to do it for us here in Bethany, Oklahoma. We are at the Crimson Storm Stadium, home of Southern Nazarene University. For Garrett Haddock behind the camera and the computer, and John Page by my side, as he has been all week long. And just one more thing, next week we'll have a special guest, and there are going to be 3 of us up here.
That's awesome!
As we will try to fill in the gaps of not being able to provide video. So
yeah, we'll do a little more talking.
So be be prepared for that. And if you are a Friday Night Bulldog fan for any amount of time, you know exactly who that's going to be. So that will do it. I'm Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.